graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live for any Sixers game. We also cover the Phillies and the Eagles on this channel as well. And yeah, all right. Last night's game was terrible. We did not stream last night's game, but it was a terrible collapse that happened to the Philadelphia 76ers. You had a big lead against the Chicago Bulls, and yet you could not score one field goal within the last 6 minutes of the game. Absolutely embarrassing. So you got to right the ship tonight, that's for sure. And you're going to do it without Joel Embiid, no Jared McCain, still no Dominic Barlow, and, of course, still no Paul George either. But I do expect that I'm going to see a little bit more fight from this team. Part of me was also, when we go through the regular season games, you know that you're going to get losses. You know that there's going to be peaks and valleys and that type of stuff. But I'm curious to see how they respond tonight. Will they go out there firing out of the gates? Will they make their shots, right? Will guys capitalize? Who's going to step up? We've been seeing in the first quarter throughout the last couple of games that Kelly Oubre Jr. has been stepping up. But who is going to be the guy today? Tyrese Maxey has been playing on a tear. He looks like he's an MVP right now, and I am very intrigued with what he's done. VJ Edgecombe has looked really, really good as a rookie, but what types of adjustments are we going to see from Nick Nurse and this whole coaching staff? The offensive play calling went really, really stale last night, and so a lot of questions to be figured out for sure, but we have to talk. We want to get into the starting lineups in just a little bit. I do want to say hi to everybody in the chat. What's up, Long Ball? Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I appreciate it very, very much, man. Sorry about the scoreboard. I forgot to update this. Let me do that right now. I thought that I updated this one, but I guess not. So, all right. So let's update this. Which one is it? Next time I got to make sure that I remember it's this one and not the other. This is our third basketball game that we've done this year. Yes, and also we got to make sure that we update this as well, which is what we are going to do right now. All right, good stuff. Okay. There's Kelly Oubre Jr. out there for the Philadelphia 76ers. You also got Jabari Walker out there too. We'll get into the starting lineups in just a few seconds. All right, but it should be a fun one, that's for sure. The Cleveland Guardians are 4-3. They are also 2-1 at home, and the Sixers are 5-2, have a 3-1 record on the road. Jump ball between Jarrett Allen and Adem Bona, and Allen wins the tip-off, and we are underway already. Whoops, and the soundboard wasn't even on. All right, here's a layup that's up and in, and that makes it a 2-0 ball game for Cleveland so far. So the Sixers taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. A bad pass there that goes all the way into Cleveland territory, and Darius Garland puts up a three-pointer, can't nail it, and the tip by Evan Mobley goes out of bounds, but it was last touched by Adem Bona. So let's recap who's in the lineup tonight. It's Darius Garland for the Cleveland Cavaliers. You also got Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Tyson, the 22-year-old. He is in the lineup too for the Cavaliers. Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, and Jarrett Allen. All right. So, again, it's Allen, Mobley, Mitchell, Garland, and Tyson for the Cavs. And for the Sixers, you got Walker, Bona, Oubre Jr., Maxey, and Edgecombe. Sixers get a steal. That was a bad shot missed by Evan Mobley. Maxey with a baseline J connects from the far corner. Tyrese Maxey hits it from 15 feet, and it's already a 2-2 ball game so far. Garland will take it right over to the rack, swings it around the timeline. The ball finds Mitchell, and he goes over towards the inside of the wing, and he kicks it out to Darius Garland for a three. Welcome back, Darius Garland. He nails a three-pointer from the near corner, and it's already 5-2 Cleveland. Their offense has looked very good so far. Edgecombe is being guarded by Darius Garland so far, and I'm curious to see if there's going to be any adjustments after that. Maxey with a bad pass and a turnover. It was supposed to go to a Dembona. Evan Mobley got the tip, and he gets handed the rock inside, and he goes down with a two-handed slam, and it's already 7-2 right now. Cleveland has done a very good job out in transition, and Evan Mobley gets rewarded for that little pick in the cookie jar off of the terrible pass by Tyrese Maxey. This is the first of 4 meetings between the 76ers and the Cavaliers. So they're playing 2 games in Cleveland and 2 games out in Philadelphia. Garland on the near wing outside of the perimeter gives it up over to Mobley and now finds Mitchell for a three. And Donovan Mitchell wants to join in on the party. It's already a 10-2 run by Cleveland. Edgecombe trying to go down into the lane, and he hits the reverse layup inside to make it now 10-4. So you're seeing Evan Mobley, you're seeing Darius Garland, and Donovan Mitchell get things rolling for this Cleveland Cavaliers team. And again, they have a 4-3 record. Another bucket that's hit that time, it's from Jarrett Allen. Sixers are not guarding the passing lanes, and Cleveland is just having their way downhill. The defense has been MIA. Oubre with a turnaround jump shot in the lane, won't go. Rebound by Evan Mobley yet again. Mobley with a lob pass that gets deflected and stolen by VJ Edgecombe. The tip was by Jabari Walker. Edgecombe for three, way off the mark. He shot it way too strong. Mitchell got the long rebound, gets past 2 defenders, and takes it right to the cup. Not what you wanted from the Sixers so far. It's a 14-4 outburst by Cleveland. Edgecombe going down the lane, looking to find Maxey on the near corner. He was moving, and he puts up a 3 offensive rebound by Jabari Walker. The ball swings around the timeline, and a straight-on 3 by Edgecombe, and he grabs his own rebound. They'll try it the 3rd time with Oubre for a 3, and it'll go on out of bounds as it bounced off the rim, and it went over towards that far corner. So the Sixers tried to put up 3 threes on that offensive possession, and nothing could go. It's 14-4. Cleveland has found their shots, and the Sixers have just not done a good job putting the ball in the hoop. They are really shooting poorly so far in this game. They're 0 for 4 from 3 to be exact. Here's another 3 by Cleveland, and they're human. That was Jarrett Allen who tried to hit it from the near corner. Bona got the rebound, was trying to find Maxey, but he threw it away. Mobley got the steal, and a 3-pointer by Garland is good. Sloppy basketball from the Sixers so far, and Nick Nurse wants to try to calm the storm, and the Sixers are down by 13 points. Man, that is just awful. Donovan Mitchell able to just hit a wide-open 3. The Sixers aren't even contesting these 3-point shots, and they have just looked so bad out of the gates. All right, final score predictions. Let me know down below. Snowman is here. What's up, Snow? How are you? Gary is also here. He says, Cleveland for the win. Let's go. How are you, my friend? Man. Ugh. The Sixers are just sort of picking up where they left off last night. Really, I mean, just a bad way to start things off. They've been playing very sloppy basketball. They're playing terrible out in transition, and you just see some bad passes. I mean, the one pass from a Dembona that was on a rebound. I mean, he was trying to do a little give and go to Tyrese Maxey, and he just threw it away. Donovan Mitchell was right there. It was an easy pick. So, anyhow, that's what's going on so far. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. If you are new to the channel, comment down below. Don't be a stranger. We also have to get rid of this, not this. Definitely not that. I wanted to try to get rid of the little ticker that we have. Not that ticker. NHL ticker. There it is. Good. Jay Decker is also here. What's going on, dude? They blew a 20-point lead one time last night, and they can't shake it off. No, they can't. No, this team is 0 for 4 from 3. They're 2 for 7 from the field. The Cavs have picked them off 3 times, and they're getting out. Well, they're not getting out rebounded. It feels like that they're getting out rebounded, but they're not. The stats have something else to say. But 4 turnovers in the first 3 minutes of the game, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. Donovan Mitchell already with 8 points, and he is 3 for 4 shooting-wise from the field. It's not what you want. What are the Sixers going to have to do in this game, in your opinion? I think that what they're going to have to do is they're obviously, if they want to win this game, they're going to have to be very fast out in transition. They're going to have to also draw up some really good play calls. I did not like some of the play calling that I saw in late of last night's game. I'm listening to the game and I'm watching it afterwards, and I'm just thinking to myself, Quentin Grimes, it's just not his night. We have other ball handlers. We have other guys out there that can try to get a bucket. Why does it always have to be Quentin Grimes? Grimes gets the handoff here as we resume action. Sixers down by 13 points. Grimes over on the Rocket Arena sign. Gives it back over to Oubre, and Oubre goes up for a 2, and he's fouled. Em is here. What's going on? Hey, JJ, how you doing? What did you think about the Blue Jays-Dodgers World Series? Crazy finish. I'm hoping for a good Phillies 2026 season. I am too. I really am too. I'm hoping that we can try to get some news, hopefully soon, in regards to free agency. But that was, in my opinion, that was the best World Series that I've seen live. Game 7 was phenomenal, but the whole series as a whole, that was just absolute cinema. That was one of the best sporting events that I've seen in my lifetime. Oubre's first free throw is good. The second one, that one won't go. It actually went in and out, and the rebound goes to Evan Mobley yet again. This guy is just eating up boards on the glass. Here's a little shot by Mobley trying to go over Andre Drummond, and the ball got tipped, and it went out of bounds. So the shot was no good, and the Sixers will get the ball back. Sixers lineup right now, it's Oubre Jr., Maxey, Edgecombe, Drummond, and Grimes. I'm sure that we're going to see a lot of minutes from Andre Drummond. Jared Allen is still out there for the Cavs, along with Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Jared Tyson as well. Sixers let the ball deflected. Oubre did, and the ball ended up going out of bounds. It was last touched by a Cavalier. And sorry, I meant to say Jalen Tyson. So Tyson was a first-round draft pick last year for Cleveland, and he's 22 years old. He'll be 23 in December, a little bit less than a month. Oubre at the top of the key, catches, puts up a 3, and finally something goes in for the Sixers. So that makes it now a 17-8 ball game between Philadelphia and Cleveland. Sixers could use a run here. Mobley with a turnaround jump shot in the face of Andre Drummond. Oh, man. Dean Wade is out there. I think that his nose, somebody hit him right on the nose, and the Sixers respond with a layup on the other side. That was B.J. Edgecombe. I didn't see what necessarily happened to Dean Wade, but he's going to get the towel, and he's going to head on over to the bench right now. I don't know, did he get poked in the eye or something? He was touching his nose, and now he's putting a towel in his right eye, so the Cavaliers do call a timeout. And It'll be 19-10 Cleveland as they take their first time out. Wow. I'm happy to see everybody on here. Guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. If you guys know people that can't get the Sixers games, tell them about our channel. Tell them about what we do on this channel, and hopefully we can try to increase our audience and find people homes, especially with, I know that this has nothing to do with the Sixers right now, but, well, if the games are on ESPN, I'm sure that you've all heard about the disputes between YouTube TV and ESPN and how they have not been able to come up with an agreement. And for the people that have YouTube TV, it sucks that they're not able to tune into these games. So make sure that you tell them specifically about us too. If once the Eagles are actually on ESPN next Monday, we'll be covering that game. So make sure you tell them about that. And same thing with the Sixers. If there's ever a game on ESPN and it's not being covered by the national or by the local broadcast, just spread that word, Edgecombe with 4 points so far. He's 2 for 4 shooting-wise from the field. And again, the story of this first quarter so far is that the Sixers have just turned the ball over a lot. Seen a lot of just bad reads, bad passes, sloppy basketball on both sides. It's not even just on the offense. It's also on the defense, too. So hopefully that does change. The Cavaliers, by the way, they last played 3 days ago. Just wanted to point that out there. Not trying to make an excuse, but their last game that they played against was the Atlanta Hawks. They ended up winning 117-109 in that ball game. Donovan Mitchell had 37 points. Oubre just made his 1,000th career three-pointer, so congratulations to him. We saw that Kyle Lowry set a milestone with steals in the last game, so that was cool to see as well. Congratulations to Oubre. We are now 6 subscribers away from getting to 8150, which is absolutely awesome. So the Cavaliers will inbound it. Again, it's Mobley, Garland, Tyson, and now it's LaMelo Ball out there along with Sam Merrill. Garland looking to find Merrill for a 3, and Sam Merrill cashes it in and ends up making it a 22-10 ball game. Got to watch out for him. This guy is a silent but deadly three-point shooter. When he is on, he is on. He's shooting right now. He is shooting over 50% from deep in just the first 4 games. 51% to be exact. Edgecombe with a floater inside. He actually airballed it, gives it up to Drummond, and it did not hit the rim. The shot clock was expiring, so when it was in Andre Drummond's hands, well, the clock did expire. And so Nick Nurse having some words with the referee, and the Cavaliers will get the ball back. That's going to be the 5th turnover by the Philadelphia 76ers. What a way to start things off. We're not even halfway done this first quarter right now. Yep, it didn't hit the rim. It just hit the net by the time it left Edgecombe's hand. So it's a 22-10 ball game. 5:58 left to go in the first quarter. Merrill wants to try to get a 3 again off, and he got it off, but it was deflected. Drummond gets a block down low, and another missed 3 by Cleveland. Here's the 3rd time. Is that a charm? No, it's not. And Tyrese Maxey is going to hug the basketball. Jalen Tyson missed a 3. So Lonzo Ball missed a 3. Sam Merrill missed a 3. And also Jalen Tyson missed 1 as well. Maxey with another terrible pass. And Lonzo Ball gets the steal. It's now a 5-on-4. Mobley with a 3-pointer at the top of the key. Bullseye. 25-10. This crowd is absolutely not sitting down. They are just so in it. Maxey goes up with a layup inside, and he is fouled in the act of shooting. Everything is going in for Cleveland. And Evan Mobley, who really is not known to be a three-point shooter, Well, the 24-year-old able to knock it down with ease. It's only just a 31.5 career three-point shooter. So, 25-10 is the score. Cavaliers lead it by 15. Maxey's at the charity stripe, and the first free throw, it ends up going in, and it's good. Actually hit the left side of the rim, and then it just danced on in. Maxey has 7 straight games with 25-plus points and 5-plus assists to start off the season. That's tied for the third most in the NBA since 1976-77. Maxey's second foul shot, that one won't go. Just a little bit too strong, and Lonzo Ball comes up with his miss. Another three by Cleveland. Everything is going in for them. It is raining cats and dogs. That was Evan Mobley yet again from 25 feet. Grimes was looking to pass it. I don't know why he didn't take the shot. He was fouled anyways. I mean, he was leaning into the contact, and he tried to... I thought maybe what he should have done was try to go for the two anyways, even though it was going to get blocked. But he tried to pass it, and... they're going to say that he's going to go to the line to shoot free throws. They do call it a shooting foul, even though, to me, it looked like he was trying to pass it. Grimes averaging about 17 points per game, as well as 4.5 rebounds and 5 assists, too. And he does knock down the first free throw. Sixers are 3 for 5 from the line so far. Maxey missed a free throw, and so did Oubre. Comment what your final score predictions are down below. Sixers exploded in the first quarter of last night's game, putting up over 40 points, and so far just 13. Second foul shot good.
Excellent.
Sixers are down by 15 points. Mobley will pass it over to his big man. That is Larry Nance Jr. And the good movement of the basketball there as they find Mobley in the dunker spot, wide open, cutting back door. Evan Mobley has scored the last 8 points for Cleveland, if you can believe that. Oubre dumps it off over to Grimes. Grimes back out to Oubre for a three at the top of the key. He can't get it that time. Edwards lost the rebound, and he ended up coming back up with it somehow, some way, then handed it off to Drummond, who tried to dunk it on in. He missed the dunk, but actually ended up making a layup anyways out of it. Unbelievable. 30-15. Mobley gets fouled on the other side by Quentin Grimes. So a lot of action so far between both of these teams. And again, just look at that tic-tac-toe play. Nance was over on the far wing of the three-point line, bounced it right inside the foul line, in the lane, over to Larry Nance Jr., and then Nance Jr. just made one more pass to find Mobley in the dunker spot, wide open. Allen has the rock and goes up with a two. It's blocked by Andre Drummond. And Kelly Oubre Jr. comes away with the steal. Good defense by Andre Drummond. Oubre dumps it off over to Max, who's at the Toyota sign. And now he's double-teamed. Needs help. And he still is dribbling the ball. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Nobody's moving around. Maxey goes up with a tough floater inside. Andre Drummond tried to tip it in. Couldn't do so. Allen back over to Merrill. Merrill to Nance Jr. He was looking to try to hand it off to somebody. He had a chance to hit a three there. Allen goes up for a three. It's way too short for Cleveland, and the Sixers do get a rebound. Sixers have got to make a field goal. It's been a couple of minutes since that's been the case. Grimes from way downtown, no good. And we have a loose ball foul called on Larry Nance Jr. He was holding Andre Drummond, and there's 3:08 left to go. The offensive play calling so far has just looked so stale. Maxey had the ball for so long as he's being double-teamed, and it looked like nobody was moving around. There was just like a little bit of movement, but nobody's going for the ball. Nothing. Grimes gets the inbound pass from Jabari Walker, that is. Grimes looking to dump it off inside over to Maxey. There's 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey being guarded by Allen. Kicks it outside to Edwards for a wide open three. Bullseye! Justin Edwards from 26 feet left wide open. They said anybody else but Maxey, and the Sixers made them pay. Allen going up with a layup inside with the right hand, and he finishes with the 2 and answers back. 32-18, 2:38 left to go in the first quarter. Walker almost lost his dribble, dumps it back off over to Grimes on the top of the wing of the three-point line. Now Maxey lost the ball, but a reaching foul is called on Donovan Mitchell. That was his defender, and the Sixers are in the bonus. And Tyrese Maxey will head on over to the line to shoot 2. They actually called a shooting foul on Lonzo Ball. I thought maybe they were going to call a reaching foul on Donovan Mitchell because he made contact with the ball, but Ball was also guarding Maxey first. And they say that it was a shooting foul. Maxey does miss the first foul shot. He's missed 2 out of 3 free throws so far. Not good. There's VJ Edgecombe over on the sideline being talked to from Nick Nurse, or by Nick Nurse, that is. Trendon Watford is back in the game. It's Watford, Edwards, Maxey, Drummond, and Grimes. Maxey looking to go 1 for 2 from the line, and he does. Excellent. 2:25 left to go in quarter number 1. Grimes trying to defend around the screen. Mitchell goes up for a 2 inside, and he is fouled. Almost got an and-one opportunity. So Mitchell got a pick from Allen, and Grimes was his defender at first, and Grimes got stuck by a wall. That was Jared Allen, couldn't get around him, and Mitchell tried to fight through some traffic in the lane. Grimes ended up fouling him from behind. And so we have 2 more free throws coming up for Donovan Mitchell and the Cavaliers. First one is a high arcing shot, and it goes in. 33 points for this Cavaliers squad. Maxey, that'll probably do it for him in the first quarter. He finishes the quarter with not a lot of points. 33-19. Only got 4 points in 10 minutes. Foul shot number 2, and Cleveland capitalizes, and Donovan Mitchell now is 10 points. He's 3 for 4 from the field and 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Edgecombe at the logo, gets double-teamed, hands it off over to Grimes, and Quentin Grimes finishing through traffic with the left hand and somehow squeezing through, finding some daylight and finishing for the 76ers. Mitchell almost lost his dribble. Edwards guarding him. He gets a screen from Jared Allen, decides not to use it, crosses over, hands it off to an outside three-point shooter. That was, I believe, Merrill for 3. No. Allen goes up for an offensive rebound, puts up a 2, rejected by Andre Drummond. He wanted a goaltend call there, Jared Allen. He was not going to get it. 10 rebounds for each team so far. A triple team coming. Jabari, that is a Trendon Watford, who dumps it off over to Andre Drummond on the triple team there, and Drummond able to dunk it on home. Everybody was buying in. He got them all on pump fakes and got everybody on skates, and a nice pass by Trendon Watford. Allen with a floater inside. It's good. Lonzo Ball gets the assist there. It's 36-23. Sixers down by a baker's dozen with 1:08 to go, and another stoppage in play as the ball goes out of bounds. How about that nice little pass by Trendon Watford, again in the dunker spot, able to find Andre Drummond, cutting back door, and he just threw it down with a lot of ferocity there. Grimes is the one who gets fouled by the Sixers, and because they are in the bonus, they will get 2 more free throws from Quentin Grimes, who, by the way, is 3rd in the NBA with points off the bench this year. Jeremy Grant, former 76er, and Isaiah Joe, another former 76er, are in front of him. First foul shot, good. Second foul shot, good as gold. Excellent. 36-25 and about 60 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Donovan Mitchell, they call him Spider, looking to try to twist and turn. And he'll hand it off over to his teammate, Sam Merrill. Merrill back to Mitchell. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Mitchell goes up for a contested 3. Oh, my goodness. Donovan Mitchell can't be stopped. He had a hand in his face, and he still made the 3 fading away. Disgusting. 39-25, and the Sixers trail by 14. What a shot by Donovan Mitchell. Grimes looking to pass it over to Watford, and again, more miscommunication on the Sixers offense as Grimes just threw it away. Watford was ready to cut to the rim. You could see the anger in Nick Nurse's face over on the sideline. And there's now 25 seconds to go. Cleveland has the ball. Mitchell goes up for a 2 inside. And there's another foul called on the Sixers. This guy is just so good at drawing fouls. And that's why he's one of the best players in the NBA. And he'll head back to the line to shoot 2 more free throws, I believe. Mitchell was at the line, and he thought it was in the act of shooting. But they're calling a foul on the floor. Sixers have not reached the limits. They did have a foul to give. Kelly Oubre Jr. will step back in for Quentin Grimes. 22.9 seconds left to go, and about 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Allen hands it off over to Donovan Mitchell for a 3, but a foul is on the floor again, and Mitchell will now head to the line, I believe, to shoot 2 free throws. Mitchell and Mobley have combined to score 25 points in this game, and the Sixers, well, that's their total. They have reached 25 points tonight, the Sixers. Mitchell will shoot 2 free throws. The first one, he will knock that one down, hit the back of the rim, but it still was able to go on in. Mitchell is 7th in the NBA in points per game. He's also 33rd in the NBA in field goal percentage as well. He's averaging 29.5 points per game. He's coming off of a 37-point performance where he also had 2 steals and 1 block. That was against the Atlanta Hawks. Second foul shot by Donovan Mitchell. It rims in, and it's now 41-25. 19.9 seconds left to go. Edgecombe will pick it up right at half court. Shot clock's unplugged. Edgecombe being heavily guarded by Donovan Mitchell will cross over on him. Now gets a screen from Oubre. Double team comes. They find Oubre down the lane, and he goes up with the left hand and finishes right through traffic. 6 seconds left to go. Mitchell has the rock. He'll swing it outside the Nance for a 3-pointer at the buzzer, and it won't go, but that'll do it in quarter number 1. Cleveland explodes. They put up 41 points. The Sixers, well, they put up 27, and they did a little bit of a better job in that second half of the first quarter, but they still have a lot of work to do as they trail by 14 and go into quarter number 2. All right. Thoughts on this first quarter, let me know down below. I mean, I don't know what else there really is to say. I'm watching some of these play calls for Cleveland, and they're just, what they're doing is they're playing, they're setting a lot of screens, but they're also just finding guys on the weak side. And the Sixers have been really struggling with that in this game so far. They're also, I think that Cleveland has been playing more of a zone, and the Sixers just cannot seem to adjust on offense, just by the looks of it. And that's been something that's been my takeaway so far, and I'm really hoping that they can try to break that zone as the game continues. So just wanted to throw that out there. Those are really my thoughts on this game so far. We've seen some very bad turnovers from Tyrese Maxey and a couple of just miscommunication plays. There was one from Quentin Grimes where he's looking to try to find Trendon Watford, and Watford's cutting right to the basket, and Grimes just throws it away. Doesn't make any sense. Team crumbled with 1 game, says Dunny. What's up, Dunny? How are you? Vegas is not happy with you Sixers, says Jen. Oh, man. Happy to see you on here, man. I really, really am. Vegas is not happy with the Sixers. I guess not. I guess not, man. Sixers have no legs after a back-to-back game. Well, I mean, so far, you can definitely say that, and there's no way that I can persuade you otherwise, because that is the truth. They have come out so flat, and they're going to have to try to try to find some signs of life here in the second quarter. Oubre does have 6 points, so does Quentin Grimes. But again, Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley were really the main stories of that first quarter. They combined to score 27 points. They were 9 for 13 from the field. I mean, you got to find a way to stop that. Just do. It's basketball. How can the NBA Players Union eliminate back-to-back games? Well, if the NBA is going to do it, then the NHL should do it too. Because then, because those guys are playing on skates. So if the NBA, if you don't think it's fair for the NBA to do it, well then the same argument should be made in the NHL as well. Watford goes up with a right-handed hook shot inside. Count it! 41-29. Nice play there by Trendon Watford. We'll get to the Sixers lineup right now. It's Bona, Edgecombe, Watford, Edwards, and Grimes. Here's another three-pointer by Mobley. He can't be stopped. Another straightaway three from Evan Mobley. That's now his third of the game. He is 3 for 3 from downtown. Watford going down the lane, throws it up, and he's fouled in the act of shooting by Larry Nance Jr. Craig Porter Jr. is also out there as well for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And they just welcomed back in Jalen Tyson. So Watford's at the line, and the first foul shot, he swishes it, makes it 44-30. Darius Garland over on the sidelines. Right, he's on the bench, looking over some film so far. Watford this year averaging about 6.5 points per game. He was picked up by the Sixers from the Brooklyn Nets. That's where he played last year. Second foul shot, good.
Excellent.
Mobley dribbles into traffic, kicks it out over to Mitchell at the top of the key, takes about 2 dribbles, puts up a three-pointer, and Justin Edwards grabs his miss and snatches it away from a Cavalier. Watford with a lob pass downhill over to Adem Bona. Guarding him, that's Donovan Mitchell. That's a big mismatch there. Bona puts up a high arcing layup inside, gets it to go. 44-33. He just hit that top corner and was still able to get it. Bona able to get a steal off a bad pass by Mitchell, and he'll solo it. But they're not going to count it. They're going to say that a foul was called out in transition. So it's a clear path foul by Jalen Tyson. And yeah, he got a little piece of Adem Bona there. That was actually a smart foul too by Jalen Tyson. And now Bona will go to the line to shoot a free throw, and the Sixers will get the ball back. So Adem Bona making a statement so far in the second quarter. Kenny Atkinson looking to try to get an explanation too. And I believe that they're going to challenge that. So the referees are going on over to the booth. This might actually just be a replay review here. Love the effort, though, from Adem Bona so far. You can see that, obviously, the Sixers are trying to get back into this. I think that this is just a replay review because I didn't see the green light go off. It is an official review. Okay. So no challenge made. And we're going to wait for a signal here. Again, in case you're just tuning on in, though, Sixers do trail 44-33. They were down 41-27 at the end of the first quarter. It took them a while for them to just get 4 points on the board. Maxey, Edgecombe, and Watford and Drummond each have 4 points. Oubre and Grimes have 6. So we'll see what the call is here. Cavs can relax. They're gonna get this. They're gonna get this win. Easy blowout. Can't blame JoJo for this one getting there. Well, he's not allowed to play back-to-backs. That's why he's not playing. So replay does support the call, and Adem Bona is going to go to the line to shoot a free throw. And by the way, the Sixers will get the ball back too. So it's a clear path foul. Bona is at the line, and the free throw goes in and out. Sixers have not done a good job making their foul shots so far in this game. They are, what are they shooting? 64%. They are 9 for 14. Second free throw by Bona. He actually gets 2 there, and he misses that one as well. Oh, my goodness. Bona goes 0 for 2 from the foul line. The Sixers still get the ball back with all that, and Edgecombe will sub back on in. Edgecombe gets it over at the logo off the inbound pass from Watford. Edgecombe bounces it over to Bona, and they have a little two-man game between the both of them. Now it's Quentin Grimes who picks it up. He has his defender to buy on a pump fake. He throws it, almost threw it away. Watford now going down the lane. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. The shot's up, and it's blocked by Evan Mobley. It goes out of bounds. Sixers will still have the ball with 4.8 seconds left to go on the shot clock, and they'll have to inbound it from underneath their own basket. Evan Mobley, who's been a very good blocker in the NBA, and the guy's only 24 years old. Oh, he's having a very good game so far. Grimes gets the inbound pass. Tries to go with the baseline. Jay in traffic. No good. Rebound by the Cavaliers. Here they come. It's a 3-on-2. Mitchell gets it. Now they give it back over to Larry Nance Jr. Nobody steps up on him, and he floats it up and floats it in. Larry Nance Jr. able to capitalize, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are killing the Sixers out in transition so far. Edwards gets it down the lane. Swings it outside to Grimes. Defender steps up on him. That was Donovan Mitchell. They're swinging around the timeline. Edwards for 3. Puts up a shot. Will they count it? Yes, they will. 46-36. Justin Edwards made a 3. A whistle was called, and a foul called on Larry Nance Jr. A play away from the foul. And so the Sixers are now down by 10. Good basketball there from the Sixers. They were able to take advantage and just find the open man. So it's 46-36, 9:50 left to go, and the refs are now going to go back over to the replay booth, or the replay monitor that is, and they're going to see when this foul was. So another official review here. It's been a long second quarter, and really in game time, if you will, it's only been 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So Bona was the one that was pushed, and he was sacrificing his body as Edwards made the 3. There's Dave Yeager, the defensive coach for the Philadelphia 76ers, out there talking to Adem Bona. Again, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel too. 9:50 left to go in quarter number 2 between the 76ers and the Cavaliers. The Sixers have put up 9 points. So we will have a free throw from Adem Bona. And again, he's 0 for 2 from the line because of the play away from the play after the 3 was made. So Bona will head back to the charity stripe again. He's 0 for 2 from the line so far. And the foul shot is short and rebounded by Evan Mobley. Larry Nance, by the way, has 3 fouls. And he is going to take a seat, you would think, for probably the rest of this first half. Mitchell, Allen, Mobley, Tyson, and Porter Jr. are out there. And Adem Bona gets called for a defensive goaltending as Donovan Mitchell tried to go with a layup inside, and they're going to say that it hit the glass first. And it's now 40-36. We'll see again. That's pretty hard to tell. They will not review it this time, though. Watford trying to dump it off over to Donovan Mitchell. And we have another foul from Justin Edwards. Alrighty, 48-36 the score with 9:22 left to go in quarter number 2. If you guys like this old school radio play-by-play, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. So a personal foul is called on Justin Edwards. Again, Donovan Mitchell able to just get an easy pick there. It was a terrible dribble handoff from Trendon Watford over to Justin Edwards. I don't know what he was trying to do. Edwards was just like, I'm going to steal that cookie. And we have another official review here. That's the third one. And again, we've only played like less than 3 minutes in the second quarter. So I think that they're going to review to see if this is a transition foul or if it's just a personal foul. I mean, at this rate, it might take us like another hour for us to finish this second quarter. So 9:22 left to go in the second quarter. Couldn't really understand what the ref was saying there. Somebody on Twitter just said Nick Nurse loves yelling at the refs instead of his players who can't make a single chest pass, which is kind of true. So they called it a loose ball foul. That's what it was. It was not a clear path foul. Craig Porter Jr. with a bad pass. Trendon Watford gets the steal. Grimes with a layup inside. No, but Watford tips it up and tips it in. It's 48-38. Mitchell with a bounce pass to Mobley. One more for a three by Jalen Tyson. And Tyson hits the corner J from another area code. And now makes it 51-38. Watford dribbling down the lane. Razzles, dazzles, hands it off over to Bona. Bona tries to go up in the air. He was blocked by Mobley. That's his third block of the game. Bona still came back up with it and tried to get a pump fake on his defender, and he's fouled by Mobley. Evan Mobley, just a ridiculous game so far. There's just nothing much else to say. And again, Mobley and Allen are both there. They're just ready to take him down. And Bona's going to go back to the line to shoot a couple more free throws. And again, he's 0 for 3 from the line. First foul shot by Bona. He finally makes one. And he's now 1 for 4. I hate those types of turnovers, man. Or down by double digits and you're lazy passing. Yeah, you can't. They're not making good chest passes. There's just no good reads, and that to me is on coaching. That's not just on the players. Players aren't executing, but what are these play calls? Second foul shot by Bona. He nails that one too. Excellent. Maybe the Sixers can go on a little run here. There's Mitchell swinging it around the timeline. Mobley takes a couple jab steps over on the perimeter. Now steps within the three-point line at the top of the key. Takes a straight on two. Grimes comes up with his miss. Watford now gets the handoff. Watford back over to Grimes. Grimes thought about firing the trigger from 3 and now takes 2 steps over towards his right. Dribbles down the lane. Kicks it out again over to Watford. Watford hands it off back over to Grimes again. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Watford and Grimes. Watford for 3. Bullseye! Trenton Watford able to knock down a 3 again. They had a little two-man game there. Allen got pushed, or got held, I should say, by Trenton Watford on the little lob pass from Mobley to him downhill. And another personal foul called. Cleveland has 4 personal fouls in this quarter. The Sixers only have 2. Just because it worked doesn't mean that it was the right play. Trendon Watford, though, tell you what, he's stepping up. 7 points for him. He's 2 for 3 from the field. Also has 2 assists and 1 personal foul as well. Garland now back in the game for Cleveland, and we know how much of a key piece he is. Here's Mobley for his 4-3, but a foul is called right before he shot that ball. That's the 3rd foul that the Sixers have committed. In case you're just tuning in for the first time, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Welcome aboard as we cover the Sixers on this channel. 7:52 left to be played in quarter number 2. Hit that thumbs up button. We're trying to get to 100 likes, and we will have another review here. Another one. That's going to be the 4th one today in just this quarter. It looks like Nick Nurse might be challenging something because you saw the refs were going over to the table. Nick Nurse now has the clipboard, and it's going to be another official review. Not even a challenge. I was going to say, I didn't see the green light go off again, so what could they be challenging? 7 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the second quarter. They called a personal foul on Kelly Oubre Jr. (51-43). And again, a personal foul was called. And Lonzo Ball will be the inbounder. It'll be Ball, Tyson, Garland, Mobley, and Allen again out there for the Cavaliers. Garland dribbles behind his back, throws it over to the near corner for a 3 by Ball, and the ball gets tipped into the hands of Andre Drummond. Evan Mobley tried to get the rebound, and Drummond was able to catch it. Edgecombe trying to find a backdoor, cutting Oubre to the basket. He can't hit the layup. Good contest there by Cleveland. Drummond, though, cleans the glass and puts it back up and in, and now it's a 2-possession ball game. 51-45. Sixers on a little bit of a run here. 18-10 to be exact over these first 4.5 minutes so far of the second quarter. Oubre tried to dunk it, and Andre Drummond was able to hit the 2. We do have another foul called on the Sixers, and that's why there's a whistle and another stoppage in play. 7:20 left to go. Each team has committed 4 fouls so far. Garland goes up with a runner inside, grabs his own rebound. Andre Drummond cannot catch that. They swing it outside to a wide-open three-point shooter, Sam Merrill, and he knocks it down with ease. Back to a 3-possession game, 54-45, with 7:04 remaining in quarter number 2. It's just as easy as 1, 2, and a 3-pointer made by Sam Merrill. Watford dumps it back off over to Edgecombe, who's being guarded heavily at the logo. Almost got the ball stolen by Lonzo Ball. Edgecombe goes up with a shot. It's swatted away by Lonzo Ball again, and the ball goes out of bounds. Lonzo Ball able to stay on VJ Edgecombe and just block that thing with a lot of ferocity on that side. 54-45. And the refs, we have a timeout taken by the Sixers. I didn't see, and ESPN doesn't know what's going on, so there must have been a timeout taken by Philadelphia. This team is not rebounding. Darius Garland again gets another wide open rebound, then just kicks it out to a 3-point shooter. Like, are you kidding me? I'm going to tell you, I'm not a big fan of plus-minuses today, but I'm not a big fan of plus-minuses in general, but listen to this. Tyrese Maxey's plus-minus is at -13. Oubre is at -12. Jabari Walker's at a -13. And VJ Edgecombe's at a -8. I mean, that's just not going to get it done. This team has been trailing throughout most of this game, and they have just, every time that they try to make something happen, it just seems like that the Cavaliers have the answers. And to be completely honest with you, the Sixers should be getting annihilated right now. I mean, the Cavaliers, they've started to sort of come down from earth with their three-point shooting, but even still they're missing some wide-open shots, and they've gotten a little bit complacent with their play calling too. So, oh boy, we need a sip of water. That's what we need. but the Sixers could use that sip of water to help them go on a run. We'll see. Probably more than water. All right, I'm going to take a very quick step off. I will be right back. Do not go anywhere. I will see you very, very soon. It's a 54-45 ball game so far between Philadelphia and Cleveland. Sixers are on the losing side of things right now. Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you're doing well. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you guys like the Sixers. We cover them on this channel for sure. Watford gets the inbound pass from Tyrese Maxey and another whistle yet called. It'll be on Cleveland. There's 7 seconds left on the shot clock here. And now we have because of that foul, Watford is going to go to the line and Cleveland is in the bonus. They called a loose ball foul on Darius Garland. So we're going to have 2 free throws from Trendon Watford. First foul shot by Trendon. It goes on in. Watford seems like he's a sneaky pickup for the Sixers. Second foul shot by Trendon. He gets it to go. This guy's only 24 years old.
Excellent.
Ended up going to LSU and was a Tiger when he played out in college. Ball for 3. He thought it was good. He started backpedaling, and he missed it. Andre Drummond comes up with his rebound. Good rebound there by Andre and a good box out by him as well. He was able to box out Jared Allen. Maxey back in the game. Maxey, Edgecombe, Oubre, Watford, and Drummond. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Oubre dribbles with the left hand, trying to posterize his defender. Spins, turns, fades away, tries to hit a 2. And it hit the back of the rim, and it went off the hands of Trendon Watford, who could not catch and haul in the rebound. So it's a 54-47 ball game with about 6:13 left to go in quarter number 2. Garland working around the screen, goes up with a floater inside, no. And Andre Drummond gets the miss and then gets it stolen back from Allen, and Allen's able to put it up and in. Drummond could not hang on to the rebound there. He got it right off the bounce and just could not haul it in. And Allen just took it right away from him. 56 points for the Cavaliers, 47 for the Sixers. Drummond finally catches another offensive rebound, though, makes up for the last one. Edgecombe goes up for a 3. The ball goes out of bounds again, last touch by Drummond. And we have yet another Sixers offensive possession where they just cannot cash in on a 3. 56-47, Sixers down by 9. This team is just 4 for 11 from 3. The Cavaliers now are 11 for 23 as they knock down a shot. That was from Jalen Tyson. Everything going on in for Cleveland and not a lot going in for the Sixers. Oubre with a step back 2 and good defense by the Cavaliers. Terrible shot selection there from Kelly Oubre Jr., and another wide-open 3 by Jalen Tyson. Sixers dodged a bullet on that one. Watford gets the rebound. Goes down the lane. He's looking to dump it off to somebody. Now tries to float it up and in, and he does. Luckily, he got that off. It's 59-49. Sixers down by 10. A careless turnover by Cleveland as Merrill tried to get the inbound pass. It bounced off his fingers, and a really bad play there by Darius Garland. A lot of sloppy basketball. Again, that's just been one of the main takeaways from this game so far, is that the Sixers are taking very contested shots, and they're not able to get a lot of space, and this Cavaliers team is picking them apart. Edgecombe Dumps it off over to Maxey. Maxey goes up inside with a 2. He's fouled, and he'll head to the charity stripe. And he'll try to capitalize again on 2 free throws and cut the lead back to single digits. I know that they put up 22 points in this quarter, and the Cavaliers have only put up 18, but it just feels like it's a different game than what the score is showing. The Cavaliers are just beating them in all assets, or all facets, really. Maxey's first free throw, swish. That will make it 59-50. Watford does step out. They call a shooting foul on Darius Garland. He has 2. 2 personal fouls, that is. Ball also has 2, and Merrill has 2 as well. And then on the bench, Larry Nance Jr., he has 3. Second free throw by Tyrese Maxey. Good.
Excellent.
The lead is cut to 8. Sixers down 59-51. Garland, a dump-off pass over to Evan Mobley, who works around the screen, now is looking for help. Gives it back outside over to Donovan Mitchell again at the three-point line. Dump-off pass to Mobley, who goes up for a 2. Drummond blocks it, and luckily enough, Oubre was there to catch the rebound. Couldn't volleyball it to himself, so Oubre was able to be there at the right time. Edgecombe now has the rock, dribbles through traffic, goes up for a 2, and not a good play again by VJ Edgecombe. Garland goes up with a 2 inside. He wanted an and one call, didn't get it, and the lead is back to 10. Sixers are going down the lane, and they're just not able to find anybody. They're not able to find the open man. Luckily this time, though, Tyrese Maxey dribbles down the lane with a left hand. Nobody was on him there. And now he makes it an 8-point game. Another sloppy play by Cleveland on a bad pass by Lonzo Ball. And the Sixers will get the ball back. It'll be Grimes over to Edgecombe. Grimes gets it back, dumps it off over to Drummond. Drummond puts up a 2, and he gets it back to a 2-possession game. It's actually, 61-53. It was 61-51. But it's an 8-point ball game nonetheless. Mitchell with a step-back fadeaway shot. Ooh, that was a 2-pointer right from the far elbow, and he got it to go. Maxey thought about firing the trigger from 3. Got ball on the pump fake. Gives it back over to Drummond. Drummond back to Maxey. Maxey outside to Grimes. Wide open 3-point shot. No good. Edgecombe rebound. Volleyball tips it over to Maxey. Maxey to Grimes. Grimes wants redemption, and he still can't hit the 3 anyways. Man, he has been shivering ice cold from downtown. Mobley gets a lot of space off the dribble. Tries to put up a 3, and Drummond gets the rebound. It was pinballed right to him. Another 3 by the Sixers, and that's good by Tyrese Maxey. 5-point ball game just like that, and 2:41 to go, and a timeout taken by Atkinson and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Tyrese Maxey able to knock down a 3. Ball did not step up on him. Yep, you got to guard him. He's a pretty darn good 3-point shooter. And we have another timeout taken by Philadelphia. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. 2:41 left to go in quarter number 2. An 11-4 scoring run for the Sixers over their last 2 minutes and 15 seconds, which has certainly helped them. They've scored 9 more points than the Cavaliers in this quarter, and they were down 41-27 going on into this quarter as well. The lineup for the Sixers, it's Oubre Jr., Maxey, Edgecombe, Drummond, and Grimes. And for the Cavs, they got Mobley, Mitchell, Garland, Merrill, and Porter Jr. Mitchell picks it up over at half court for the Cleveland Guardians, and now he loses the ball, but a foul is going to be called on Philadelphia. It'll be on Quentin Grimes. We are now 5 subs away from 8150. So whoever just subscribed, thank you very, very much. Sixers trail by 5, 2:26 left to go in quarter number 2. It's crazy how this is only a 5-point game. Sixers, what doesn't help them is that the Cavaliers are in the bonus. So, first free throw by Sam Merrill is good. Merrill has definitely been one of those guys that just thrives against the Philadelphia 76ers, but this year he's averaging 17 points per game. He did have a 22-point game against the Brooklyn Nets where he shot 6 for 10 from 3, and also played pretty well in his last game, 18 minutes, 11 points, 3 for 6 from downtown. Does cash in on both foul shots. It's 65-58. Sixers are 15 for 21 from the line, and the Cavs are 6 for 6 from the line. Here's Watford with a dump-off pass over to Maxey. Maxey trying to get some space. Goes down the lane. He tries to post up his defender. Goes up with a contested 2. Can't get it. Drummond jumped up a little bit too early to try to tip it on in. Didn't time that one correctly. Mitchell with a pass outside to Garland for 3. Bang! Darius Garland able to capitalize on a 5-on-4 situation. And again, the Sixers just cannot get back and defend the open man. Maxey with a beautiful alley-oop pass to Drummond, who throws it down. Good play by Tyrese Maxey, showing off some ballet moves and going up with a high arcing lob pass over to Andre Drummond. And he gets the jam. Drummond plays good defense that time. Mobley lost the ball. It goes out of bounds. Andre Drummond with great defense there. It last touched Mobley's left knee. Maxey gets the dump-off pass, drives it inside. Contested layup is good by Tyrese Maxey. And the game is a 2-possession ball game now, 68-62. Sixers trail by 6. Garland with a 3. He knew it was off. He went for his rebound, and Andre Drummond boxed him out completely. Erased him right from the play. 10 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks for Andre Drummond in this ball game. Maxey from the pond gets it to go. 27 feet, and Tyrese Maxey has entered into the ball game. 68-65, 45 seconds left to go in this second quarter. The Sixers have awakened. Mitchell with a 3-pointer. Short. Maxey rebound. Sixers could tie it here with a 3 or cut the deficit to 1 with a 2. Maxey elects to go for the tie. It's short again. Mitchell leaps up for the board. And a 2-on-1 situation. Mitchell goes up with a shot, and he's fouled heavily by Trendon Watford. Met him right at the rim. And so Donovan Mitchell will have to go to the line to earn the 2 at the charity stripe. How about Tyrese Maxey and his playmaking abilities over these last couple of minutes? I mean, the shot that he did take on the very last possession, I think he sort of rushed it, but he had a very hard contested 2 that he hit right from the baseline, and he went with the underhanded scoop with 2 defenders on him. That was not easy. He had a nice little alley-oop pass over to Andre Drummond. Made that play look easy, too. This guy has scored 12 of his 16 points in this quarter, and then he just nailed a deep, deep 3 from Damian Lillard range. 69-65, Mitchell does make the first foul shot. Quentin Grimes will enter back in for Andre Drummond, and Jalen Tyson is going to step in for Craig Porter Jr. Sixers have put up 38 points in the second quarter. Free throw number 2 by Donovan Mitchell. He gets it to go, hit the front of the rim, and then just danced on in. 70-65, 23 seconds to go. 3 seconds differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. Watford dumps it off over to Oubre Jr., and what's he going to do? The ball's not in Maxey's hands. Maxey trying to get set free here, and Maxey will get it over from Oubre. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Maxey parts to the Red Sea. Goes up with a layup. It's good. 70-67. And Mitchell trying to pass it. Goes it over to Darius Garland. Garland with the buzzer beater. In and out it goes. He went falling down like a domino, and he is going to go into the locker room, and so will the rest of his teammates as they have a 3-point lead. The Sixers are only down by 3. It's 70-67. I thought Darius Garland had that shot there. He just missed it. So Tyrese Maxey finishes the quarter with 18 points in this game, or finishes the first half with 18 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. We're going to take a very quick step off. Eagle Otto is here. Hi, JJ. Just peeking on in. Go Sixers, baby. Let's go. All right. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Give me 2 minutes just to catch my breath a little bit, and I will see you very, very soon. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. Man, Sixers are down 70-67. They got absolutely outclassed in that first quarter. It looked like that they were at a party last night, and they just did not show up. You saw a lot of sloppy turnovers. You saw a lot of dribble handoffs where the Sixers just are making things look so predictable for the Cavaliers, and they're just able to pick them off. And then then Evan Mobley hits his first 3 threes in a row, and just is absolutely going off like he's Steph Curry. And him and Donovan Mitchell were able to put up 6 threes in that first quarter combined. Mitchell went 3 for 4, or 3 for 5 it was, and Mobley went 3 for 4. The Sixers then did neutralize the both of them in that second quarter, but even still, while Tyrese Maxey did step up and he played better in that second quarter, and Trendon Watford also got things going, the Sixers just have still not been able to get over the hump, and we'll see if they can do that in the third quarter. But my big takeaways, really just from this first half, is some of these play calls that I'm watching from Nick Nurse, not giving the ball to Tyrese Maxey, and Maxey's just standing like on an island some of these times, or he'll be trying to call for the ball, and yet the Sixers just don't find a way to give it to him. There were a couple of times where I saw that in that first half, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, he should be taking a couple more shots. I know that he's 6 for 10 from the field, but it just feels like that if you're watching the game, if you're not just looking at the stat sheet, if you're watching the game, he could have taken like 17, 18 shots. And there were just some missed opportunities that I saw that the Sixers just couldn't capitalize. Now, also, at the end of that second quarter, the Cavaliers were just not making plays either. There was a couple of passes that I saw. One was from an inbound pass from Darius Garland where he just threw the ball away, and Sam Merrill couldn't catch it. But Sixers were able to capitalize on those plays, which was nice to see. But now the question becomes, when they go into this third quarter here, do you trust them to put up more points than Cleveland? If you want me to give my honest answer, I think that they pull out this game. But I do think that they get outplayed again in the third quarter. They're going to have to play very well in the fourth quarter, to me, if they win this. And I do see that happening. But this team just has been terrible to start off third quarters. And I expect that we're going to see a similar result. Not to be a negative Nancy, not to be a Debbie Downer, but that's just how I feel. I'm not really impressed with what they were able to do in that first half. Even though they put up 40 points in that second quarter, this team should be getting blown out right now. The Cavaliers, though, they've just been shooting themselves in the foot. And the Sixers still have some ground that they have to make up. Quentin Grimes, shooting-wise today, he just continues to chuck up shots, and he's not hitting anything. Edgecombe is 0 for 3. Watford and Grimes combined are 0 for 6 from three-point range. And they are 3 for 14 combined from the field. I'm sorry, that's not good enough. Edgecombe, I'd give him a little bit of a pass because at the rate that he was playing right before he's been on this little cold spurt here, he was playing like he was an all-star. And he's a rookie. And it's not fair to put that type of title on this guy at this young age. However, I expect that he's going to be better. And I expect him to be better. Because you got a demand for greatness. And you see the type of skill set that he has. Trendon Watford's keeping them in this game. And Andre Drummond, I know that he has 10 rebounds, or he has 9 points, 10 rebounds, vice versa. But he's missed some catches, too, on some rebounds. And you don't like that. You just don't. Oh, man. So, let's get to everybody in the chat. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this game so far. But overall, I've been a little bit disappointed. I really have. I expected that they were going to come out of this game. You know, your team last night could not make a field goal within the last 6 minutes of that game in the fourth quarter. And they come out and they put up like 4 points in the first 4.5 minutes. There's no excuse for that. You're playing against a Cleveland team that has two big players. They have, I guess, that is sort of like, you know, at the Twin Towers replicated, right? Because they have two very tall guys out there. And yet, those guys and Donovan Mitchell are exposing you and found a way to do that because you were slow to get back out in transition. You were not facilitating the ball at a high rate like they were, and they were beating you at your own game. No excuse whether Joel plays or not. No excuse whether there's Paul George out there or not. Same thing with Jared McCain. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You got to be better. So, that's where I stand. All right. But let's see. Let's see what we got. You think Maxey can get a steal? I think Maxey can get a steal for sure. I guess that you're betting. I guess that's why you're here. Yeah, I could see him doing that. Sixers seem to be a second-half team, says Eagle. Well, they weren't last night. But besides that, yes, I agree. Last night, they were not a second-half team. They're a fourth-quarter team. They're not a third-quarter team. They're a fourth-quarter team. This team is, I don't have the stats to back it up, but every time you watch them, they just get smacked in that third quarter, and then they find a way to come back in the fourth. They're sort of like the comeback kids. Remember how the Phillies earlier this year, when they would always fall behind and they would get to the bullpen? We at one point were calling them the bullpen smashers. Well, maybe that's what this Sixers team is right now. Wow. So if we take a look at the stats combined, Sixers are shooting 48% from the field. The Sixers did shoot the ball a little bit better from three. They were, I believe, 3 for 13, and then they made their last 3 threes, so they've upped that percentage to about 37.5%, which is not bad. You still want them to shoot the ball a little bit better and try to get to that 40%, 42% marker. The Cavaliers, they're shooting the ball at a 41.5% rate from three. At one point, they were actually 49%, but they've cooled off just a little bit. Sixers did have more rebounds. They out-rebounded the Cavaliers 25-19. But again, 8 turnovers by the Sixers is just not going to cut it in one half. Cavaliers actually turned the ball over 6 times, and if it weren't for, I believe that they had 4 turnovers within the last 2 minutes, guys. 4 turnovers within the last 2 minutes. Right before that, it was a 15-point game. If you want me to actually pull up the box score at that time with about, I believe it was 2:14 left to go, I have it. Well, I did have it, but then I lost it. But yeah, with about 2:26, with 2:42 left to go, it was a 63-58 game. It was 59-49 with about 4:57 left. All right, we're ready to start off the third quarter. Edgecombe has the rock and he throws it away. Good start. Edgecombe threw it away right over to Evan Mobley. Mobley gets double-teamed, kicks it out to Donovan Mitchell, back to Garland. They have a 5-on-4 offense here. Mitchell for three. Thank goodness it goes in and out. Offensive rebound by Jarrett Allen. Nobody could catch the board for the Sixers. It bounced off of two Sixers, and Allen just caught it in stride and threw down a dunk. Mobley, Garland, Tyson, Allen, and Mitchell out there for Cleveland, and the Sixers are down by 5. Edgecombe looking for redemption as he threw the ball away the first time, and now he gets double-teamed, dumps it off over to Jabari Walker. Walker almost got the ball stolen from Evan Mobley. Adem Bona puts up a three-pointer, I believe. Was that a three by Bona? It was. And the ball gets deflected off of a Cav. Bona tried to save it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adem Bona towards that near sideline. Adem Bona with a 23-footer? Why is he shooting a three? I don't understand. 72-67. Garland goes down the lane again as he's being guarded by Maxey. Remember, these two guys have known each other since they were playing in middle school. And we have a personal foul called on Tyrese Maxey. Bona gets the rebound off the missed shot there from Cleveland. And now it's Maxey again on an ISO, trying to bat down his defender and trying to post him up. That's Darius Garland, and Maxey actually ends up winning that battle there. That was, for him to just take him on like that, really does go to show how much strength he has built during this offseason. Allen in the lane goes up with a 2. Could not finish with the finger roll finish there. And Adem Bona comes up with his rebound. Sixers could tie it with a 3 here. Maxey over at the foul line, looking to dump it off over to Jabari Walker. Walker almost lost the ball. Maxey swings it to Oubre for the tie. Got it to go. Oh, man. All right. (72-72). What happened on the other side was that the Sixers, Adem Bona, that is, he fouled Jarrett Allen, and Allen will make his way over to the line to shoot 2 free throws. It was in the act of shooting. Actually, again, got double-teamed, and then he just found Oubre, and Oubre ended up making them pay with that 3-point shot. Kelly is 2 for 4 from 3-point range in today's game so far. Cleveland gets the lead back on a foul shot made by Jarrett Allen. It's 8:36 p.m. Eastern Time. 11 points for Allen, 7 rebounds as well, and he's 5 for 10 from the field. Plus you're right, plus the missed free throws. You're absolutely right. Second foul shot by Jarrett Allen, that's good too. I forgot to talk about the missed free throws because those are also gimmies as well. Oubre gets defended by Jalen Tyson, that is. Maxey loses the ball, but a foul is called on Cleveland. Otto says it's early in the season, but I didn't have high hopes, but the team is fighting more than I expected. It's been fun to watch. I won't buy in until I see them keep improving, though. No, I agree with you. And PAS, shout out to you, man. Maxey gets the inbound pass, tried to go up with a shot inside. He got it blocked and then gets it back and then goes outside for a 3. That's blocked by Jarrett Allen, too. So 2 blocks there, 1 by Tyson, the other one by Jarrett Allen. Mobley goes up with a 2 inside, count it, and a foul. And all of a sudden, Cleveland has momentum yet again after it being a tie game, 72-all. The Cleveland Cavaliers have gone on a 4-0 run and are looking to make it a 5-0 run with this free throw coming up by Evan Mobley. Mobley with now 18 points, and he is able to knock it down. Guys, go subscribe to PAS. He covers the Mets, he covers the Flyers, and he also covers the New York Jets as well. Drop his link down below, mods, if anybody is here. I would appreciate that. Maxey dumps it off over to Edgecombe, and he gets a screen set by Bona. Will he use it? That's the question. He does, and he's being guarded heavily by Donovan Mitchell. Goes down the lane, tries to knife it or pass it back over to Maxey. Intercepted by Mobley. Mobley to Tyson. Tyson back to Mobley, and a timeout taken by Philadelphia as Evan Mobley ends up making an alley-oop dunk, and Mobley can't be stopped. 20 points for Evan Mobley, a 7-0 run by Cleveland ever since the Sixers tied it back, and Nick Nurse wants to go back to the drawing board, and he will. That was another bad pass by Edgecombe. We've seen some terrible turnovers by the rookie in this third quarter so far. Don't understand. Okay. Oh, boy. But, yes. Going back to your comment, though, Otto, it is early in the season. It is. And I didn't expect them to get off to this type of a start. And I've been very happy with what I have seen overall from VJ Edgecombe, just not in this game and not in last night's game. Other than that, though, how can you complain? This guy is playing with a lot of athleticism. He has vengeance. He also has a lot of speed. And his IQ he has a good IQ. He does. But this is all a part of the experience, right? Like, these turnovers that are coming now, if you watch the game, he's getting double-teamed a little bit more. He's getting banged up a little bit more, and teams are starting to press on him. This is all a part of the learning curve. And he has to adjust. And I think he will. And I expect him to eventually be better. I do. But these are all learning curves. These are all rookie mistakes, right? Now he's starting to look a little bit more like a rookie, and I don't think that I hate to make it sound like this, but I don't think that that's a bad thing, because I think that that's going to make him stronger, if that makes sense. So, I mean, obviously you want him to play at a very high level every single night, but you just know that even Hercules, right, has his Achilles heel. And, in order for him to beat Achilles, he had to overcome adversity. That's what he did. So, I don't know why I made that analogy. That was pretty stupid. But, anyhow, the bottom line is that there's learning curves involved, and there's adversity that he has to deal with, and he has to overcome. Quentin Grimes will enter back into the game for Jabari Walker. Adem Bona will also take a seat as well. So 2 Sixers now on in. We'll see who Adem Bona, his substitute, is going to be. Sixers next play the Cavaliers on January 14th. So this is the first of 4 games. Cavaliers are 4-3. Sixers are 5-2. Ever since the Sixers got outscored in that first quarter, they have actually put up 45 points and have gone on a 45-38 scoring run. Oubre goes down the lane, tries to kick it back out over to Maxey. Maxey's floater inside is way too strong, and again, Drummond jumped up a little bit early for the rebound and then went into the hands of Jalen Tyson, who got the defensive board there. Mitchell's 2-point shot, count it, 81-72. Donovan Mitchell with a big-time layup there. Drummond on the corner. It ends up zipping it over to Maxey. Maxey back to Drummond. And Drummond back over to Maxey yet again. Edgecombe looking to try to step up and provide a screen. And instead of Maxey driving it inside, he'll give it back over to Oubre for a three-pointer. And Oubre can't hit it. And a rebound by Philadelphia. But there's going to be a jump ball signal as the Sixers were trying to fight for the ball over on the ground. I expect them to come back down from 17-4. Yep. I hear you. 81-72, Cleveland versus Philadelphia. Cleveland is in the driver's seat. Grimes will jump it off with Jalen Tyson. We'll see who gains possession here. Andre Drummond has bright pink cleats on. Grimes wins the tip-off and dumps it off over to Andre Drummond. And we have a turnover called on Andre Drummond. After he gets the tip-off and catches it, he turns it over. Well, another turnover by Philadelphia. That's their 9th of the game. Allen trying to posterize Quentin Grimes, and he does. Again, a mismatch. Where's Andre Drummond? He's not at the rim, not guarding Jared Allen. And Quentin Grimes is right there, and Cleveland exposes the Sixers defense, who was MIA. Oubre looking to ISO and dump it off over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey takes a couple of jab steps, dribbles with the right hand. Now tries to go up with a shot, and another bad shot selection there by Tyrese Maxey. And Donovan Mitchell is out in the 3-on-2 transition. Dumps it off over to Allen. Allen's dunk is good. And the Cavaliers, well, they've gone on a 13-0 scoring run ever since the Sixers tied the game. Sixers have just gone back to their old ways, and they've been a shell of themselves. Edgecombe at the foul line puts up a J, way too strong there. However, a loose ball foul will be called, and it'll go against Jalen Tyson, who tried to push Andre Drummond to the ground. And that's the second foul only from Cleveland in this quarter. Sam Merrill will come back on in for Donovan Mitchell. Jared Allen will also take a seat, and Lonzo Ball steps in for him. Trendon Watford, who was the spurt of energy that the Sixers needed in that second quarter, well, he'll step back in for Philadelphia. Sixers want to try to get him involved. Maxey to Grimes at the top of the key, drives it down the lane, puts up a 2, and he gets it to go. Sam Merrill tried to get an offensive foul called on him. There was no whistle. His feet were set in the lane, it looked like at first. Sixers may have gotten away with one there. Garland at the top of the key, steps back, finds Lonzo Ball downhill. Ball to Mobley with a little floater inside the post, that is, and he can't get it. Grimes steps back, looking for some help. He tries to pivot a couple of times, but he gets called for a travel. He picked up his pivot foot, and yet another Sixers turnover. 6:17 left to go. Nick Nurse looks like he's stunned. And another Sixers turnover right there. Just careless mistakes that are being made by Philadelphia. It's been a 13-2 scoring run. Drummond picks up a steal off of a bad play by Mobley. The Cavs almost got it back. Watford controls the dribble, dumps it off over to Tyrese Maxey. We've seen a lot of dribble handoffs in this third quarter. Watford back to Maxey. He's like, you take it inside. Maxey's blitzed. He'll give it back to Watford. Watford goes up for a 2. Can't get it. Drummond lost the ball. It was actually last touched, though, by Evan Mobley, so it was hard for him to control it. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. It's like nobody else is moving, and the offensive play calling just looks so predictable. A lot of dump-off passes. They're not trying to zip it to other guys. Drummond in the corner for 3, and Drummond hits it. Wow. Andre Drummond from the corner, able to knock down a 3. And the Sixers, well, I'll tell you what, the Cavaliers were certainly not expecting that. Mobley tries to answer back with a 3 of his own. Can't do it. Good tip by Oubre over to Tyrese Maxey. Grimes dumps it off over to Trendon Watford. And now Maxey resets the offense again. And we have another foul called on Cleveland. Can you believe that Andre Drummond just hit a 3-pointer from the near corner? I mean, he does love shooting those corner threes. And again, Mobley didn't expect him to shoot that. And Andre Drummond made him pay. Good for Andre. Grimes, again, picked up his pivot foot. And still controls the basketball, though, as he passed it over to Maxey. Maxey back to Watford. Watford to Maxey again. 3 seconds left. Maxey goes up with a contested 2, and he still hits it. Great defense. Just better offense there by Tyrese Maxey. He only has 20 points, though. Give him actually 22 off of that 2 from the baseline. Again, another 2 by Cleveland. No. And a putback jam by Jalen Tyson. Jalen Tyson went down with a one-handed sledgehammer and just put that one in the coffin. 87-79. Watford lost control of the ball. It was last touched by Mobley, though, and the Sixers still have possession of the basketball. 4:36 left to be played in quarter number 3. Again, how about nobody boxing out Jalen Tyson off that putback jam off of the bad shot by Craig Porter Jr. Justin Edwards will enter back into the game. Maxey looking to inbound it, and he gives it over to Grimes. Grimes drives downhill in the baseline, gives it back over to Maxey. Maxey puts up a 2, and they will call a blocking foul on Craig Porter Jr. Yes, there were 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and Maxey will earn his stripes at the line. Andre Drummond for the corner. Maxey's first free throw, can't get it to go. He has missed, I think, 4 free throws in this game. Another point left on the table for the Sixers. Again, 22 points for Tyrese Maxey. And yeah, he's 4 for 7 from the line. He's missed 3. This time he makes it, though. It's 87-80.
Excellent.
Sixers got to play defense. 23 points, 7 apples, and 5 boards for Tyrese Maxey. Mitchell trying to give it back over to Allen, and Donovan Mitchell turns it over as he threw the ball away. Mitchell was driving to the baseline, and Allen just nowhere to be found. They were not on the same page. Can the Sixers capitalize here? Maxey at the logo, dribbles around Craig Porter Jr., goes down the lane, puts up a floater right in between the posts. Can't do so, and a rebound by Cleveland. Outlet pass over to Porter Jr. Ball now gives it over to Jared Allen, going down memory lane, and Jared Allen throws it down again with one hand. They cannot stop the big man. And it just seems like that Jared Allen is now finding a little groove. 18 points. He's 8 for 13 from the field. Maxey down the lane again, parts the Red Sea, and still can't hit the layup. And we have another rebound by Cleveland. Mitchell's three-point shot holds his pose and connects. Donovan Mitchell, they call him Spider for a reason. Well, he just put one right down a cobweb and ends up making it a 92-80 game. 3:15 left to go in the third quarter. Sixers have possession, and they will call for time yet again. That leaves them now with 4 timeouts to go. And so, 92-80, Sixers down by a dozen. They were crawling back into this game. At one point, they tied it, and they've just been trailing on a 20-8 run by Cleveland, and Donovan Mitchell just continues to pick apart that Sixers defense. Give him 26 points. Are you kidding me, man? It seems like they do better when they are off script, says Eagle Otto. Yeah, I mean, not to compare this to football, okay, but how many times from an Eagles perspective have we seen Kevin Patullo just try to be cute, right? And just, we see all these handoffs and all these runs up the middle for Saquon, and they're just stacking the box, these defenses, ready for Saquon to just run up the middle. Or, if they go to the air game, right, they're still lined up in the shotgun, and A.J. Brown's not running any slants. Instead, he'll be running a deep route, and Jalen Hurts will try to find his tight end, Dallas Goedert, and make like a short pass. Or if they run it on 3rd and long and they pitch it over to Saquon, like, why aren't they going for a deep ball then? It doesn't make any sense. And I'm seeing the same thing here from just a Sixers offensive play calling perspective where, again, the theme is that the offense just looks so predictable. It does. It looks so predictable out there, and it's sad. So we saw a lot of creativity in the first 3 games of the season. Really, if we want to go to the first 4, okay, and over these last two so far, it's been a different story. Did I say first 4? I meant to say first 6 games. It's been better. The first 5 games. Wait, hold up. What game are we on? We're on game 8. So yes, the first 6 games. I thought that they played better. And then the first half of last night, they looked good too. But yes. What's up, JJ? What's up, King DJ Allen? Are you sad that the Dodgers won this year? I say that is crap. The Blue Jays should have won, and the Phillies should have been there with them, says King DJ. Am I sad that the Dodgers won this year? I'm not sad. It was a hell of a series. It was a hell of a fight. And both teams really deserved to win. They did. The Phillies could not have competed with the Blue Jays or even the Dodgers. We saw the Phillies try to compete with the Dodgers in extra innings, and what do you know? Orion Kerkering threw the ball away, and Rob Thompson just could not manage the same way that John Schneider was. So, to me, the better team won, and the better team won the World Series. That's where I stand. Bona loses the ball off the inbound pass. Just like that, Jared Allen comes up with a steal, picks his pocket, ball steps back, actually tried to pass it over to Donovan Mitchell, but the ball got tipped anyways. So the Sixers do turn the ball over yet again. That is now their 12th turnover of the ball game. Tell you what, Cleveland has put up 42 points in the paint. The Sixers have put up 36. But the fast break points are what are really killing the Sixers. 25 points in the fast break for Cleveland and just 9 for Philadelphia. 92-80. Here's Jared Allen running down the lane again. Hits a reverse layup and makes it a 94-80 ball game. And it's a 9-1 run by Cleveland over these last 2 minutes. Watford to Edgecombe. Almost a bad pass there. Edgecombe back over to Edwards, who steps back, pivots, and lets it fly from the lane. And he hits it in between that second hash mark. 94-82. Good shot there by Justin Edwards. Donovan Mitchell is fouled on the floor by J.E., and we have another foul called. Cleveland is in the bonus. It was a personal foul, but Mitchell is going to head over to the line to shoot 2 free throws anyways. So the Sixers are down 94-82. Donovan Mitchell's first free throw give him now 27 points in this game. Jared Allen has 20 points. Donovan Mitchell has 27 points. And Evan Mobley just coming in strong, too, with 20 as well. Free throw number 2, got it to go. And it's now 96-82. 2:20 left to be played in quarter number 3. Bona dumps it off over to Edgecombe. It's Edgecombe, Grimes, Bona, Watford, and Edwards out there for the 76ers. Watford, again, looking to try to get some space and try to give it back to Edgecombe, who was just running over, trying to cut back door, and Watford let it go too early, and another turnover again. 96-82, Mitchell steps back, and he hits a 3 in the face of Justin Edwards. I mean, now he's going off. He's a teapot who's pretty much steaming from 3 now. Edwards with a 3 of his own, and he just fired it a little bit too early. And Donovan Mitchell again catches another board. Here's, again, good ball movement from this Cleveland team. Another 3-point shot. That was from Merrill, and, well, he couldn't hit that shot there. Grimes does get past a defender, takes a layup in the lane, and gets it to fall. 99-84, 120 left to be played in the third quarter. Donovan Mitchell again with the hot hand. He can't be stopped. He just hit another 3 in the face of Justin Edwards. Great defense. It's like NBA 2K. You can't stop him. He has the fuego emoji right underneath his name. And it's now 1:03 left to go in the third quarter. Sixers get fouled by Lonzo Ball, and that'll put them in the bonus as well. That was actually Edgecombe that was supposed to guard Donovan Mitchell. And I didn't see this, but Edgecombe sort of was on skates there, and Donovan Mitchell schooled him. Mitchell was a plus 19 from the field. Jarrett Allen, his plus-minus at a plus 32. He has 3 steals, 3 blocks, 9 boards, and has been crushing the Sixers in just 22 minutes. And Donovan Mitchell give him 34 points in 26 minutes. This guy is shooting 71.5% in this game. Foul shot number 1, good by Grimes. Foul shot number 2, off the iron. And another foul shot left on the board. Mitchell, do you double team him now is the question. Dumps it off over to Merrill, and his three-pointer is good. And now it's a 20-point ball game, just like that in the blink of an eye. This Cavaliers team is shooting 36.5% from 3. Or, excuse me, they're shooting 43% from 3. Grimes with a contested 2, and he still gets it. 105-87, and about 38 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Mitchell going down the lane, puts up a 2, too easy. Donovan Mitchell just taking over this third quarter in the last 90 seconds. Give him 36 points. He's only missed 4 shots today, and they're all from 3. Everything else in the lane, and even from the layup line, he's hitting. Edgecombe getting his defender on skates. Gives it back over to Edwards. Edwards draws a pump fake there. Edgecombe tried to jump up and put it back up and in for a 2, and the ball yet goes out of bounds once again off the hands of VJ Edgecombe. They have silenced the rookie tonight. Mitchell being picked up at half court. 3 seconds left to go. Mitchell trying to give it back for a three-pointer, and that is off the mark. I thought Mitchell was going to take the shot there. It was Craig Porter Jr. that took it, and I don't think I would have counted anyways because I thought that he shot the ball just a little bit late. It's a 20-point lead for Cleveland. Sixers get outscored 37-20 in that third quarter, and they got punched in the mouth. We'll see if they can respond when they go to the fourth, and we'll take a quick step off. Hopefully you guys are doing well. The Sixers certainly are not doing well, but that doesn't stop anybody from hitting that thumbs up button and hitting that subscribe button. Please make sure that you guys do that. I know that we got a quiet one here tonight, but I appreciate you guys for staying on here for those of you that are on. Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen have scored 76 of the 108 points, or the 107 points scored by Cleveland. Here's a 2 by Donovan Mitchell, and speaking of Donovan Mitchell, he now has 38. 109-87. Sixers cannot stop the bleeding. Maxey is back out there for Philadelphia. So is Drummond and Edwards. Edwards catch and shoot three-point shot won't go. Drummond tried to save the ball from going out of bounds as it was last touched by him. It was a tough one for him to rebound there because Craig Porter Jr. was also able to get a hand on that rock too. 109-87. And we've only played 40 seconds in this fourth quarter. Mobley on the drive to the basket, and he's fouled right at the deck by Justin Edwards. So after this game is done, the Philadelphia 76ers, they will be back on Saturday, and they will also play on Sunday too. It is a back-to-back once again, but they are at home for the both of those games, and they'll be playing against the Toronto Raptors on Saturday, and then the Detroit Pistons on Sunday. Both of those games will be at 7:30. And then on Tuesday, November 11th, they welcome on in the Boston Celtics. That game will be at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We will definitely be covering that game for sure, and that should be a fun one to watch. 110-87 with about 11:10 to go in this fourth quarter. Oubre again going up with a two-point shot. Can't get it. It was a left-handed floater. Couldn't do so that time. Sixers again just not shooting the ball well from the field in this second half. They've only made, I believe, 4 field goals. Maybe a little bit more. And another slam dunk there by Larry Nance Jr. He was in foul trouble in that first half, and then they sat him down for the rest of the second quarter with about 8:42 to go. And he's making his first entry in this second half. Here's Oubre for 3. He cashes that one in. Sixers again down by 22 points. Mobley again goes up with a dunk. Maxey tried to go for the steal. It was all or nothing, and he took the gamble. Nothing worked there. Evan Mobley with yet another bucket. Grimes dribbling behind his back. Dumps it off over to Maxey. Maxey with a pass to Oubre again for 3, and Kelly Oubre Jr. cannot hit it from the far corner. Mitchell with a 3 himself. No. Larry Nance Jr. gets the offensive rebound, and Cleveland will reset once again. They are out-jumping the Sixers, if that's even a word. Another floater inside by Donovan Mitchell. He's just saying, give me the rock, and I'm going to put up 40 points tonight. And he's only missed 1 field goal within the three-point marker. That's insane. Grimes with a layup inside. Count the bucket and a foul. Lawrence is here. What's up, Lawrence? Nurse has to learn how to use the 2 bigs. Nurse's coaching is really bad. It's not even just, yes, the play calling has sucked, and also the defense has been really bad. They just, you're right. A lot of this really is on coaching. Grimes again with the free throw. He knocks it down. Quentin Grimes, I believe, is leading the way for the Sixers. Actually, sorry, it's Tyrese Maxey with 23. Quentin Grimes, though, with 16 points. Mobley with trying to throw down an alley-oop pass over to Larry Nance Jr., and the Sixers again dodged a bullet. Maxey with a layup inside. Finger roll finish, and he connects and cuts the deficit back to 21. Sixers defense has been atrocious, and Donovan Mitchell again with a floater, able to hit it off the glass. Enough already with Donovan Mitchell. Somebody stop that man. This guy is getting away with murder. Quentin Grimes again with a layup inside, and he finishes hard. He'll go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. He's not going to go deep with his bench. No, you're right. You're 1,000% correct. And also, the other thing, too, about this is that now that Donovan Mitchell has started to heat things up, right? Okay, we can pretty much accept that Donovan Mitchell is just going to continue to have a good game. But the thing that I don't understand, as the first foul shot is good, that what I don't understand is why all of a sudden they're trying to do more dribble handoffs. I mean, they tried to do that with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey yesterday. That's one thing. They're trying to build the chemistry there. And while it didn't really work down the stretch, I can understand sort of them trying to just work on that. And you're going to have to do that in games. And if you lose, you lose. Okay? It is what it is. But tonight, they just keep doing it with other guys, and it's like Tyrese Maxey just continues to dribble handed off, and they're just going to a two-man game, and they're not getting anybody else involved in the offensive sets. I don't see any backdoor cuts. I don't see any sort of creativity where I'm watching off-ball movement. Again, Maxey on a drive. Dumps it off over to Watford. Watford was not even in the play. And he swings it back outside to Grimes for a 3, and Grimes actually capitalized there. Makes it 121 to 100. Drummond gets a rebound off of a missed shot by Jalen Tyson. And here's Tyrese Maxey yet again. I assume that they're going to dribble hand it off. They will. They'll dribble hand it off over to Quentin Grimes, who, by the way, just lost the ball, and Tyson capitalizes on a turnover there. It's now a 3-on-2. A three-point shot is no good, and Grimes, luckily, was back there getting the rebound. Grimes, can he capitalize out in transition? Nope, he lost the ball again, and we have a jump ball called as Quentin Grimes, again, on the floor, just trying to hug that basketball. Tyson, are they going to say that he got a steal? They do, and I think I guess that they're going to say that Grimes fouled him. That's his third personal foul. 7:37 left to go in the fourth quarter. I mean, you just can't make this up. There's no passing, right? There's no off-ball movement. And also on the defensive plays, they're getting picked apart. And you know why? Because they're slow and they're going after the ball. They're not playing zone. They're just trying to go for the ball all the time. And you can't do that. Bona now does come away with a steal, and Watford picks it up at half court. He almost lost the ball. He tumbles towards the deck. Luckily, Tyrese Maxey is there over down the lane, and he goes up with a hard-fought 2, and Larry Nance Jr. fouls him in the act of shooting. Nance Jr. flat on his back, and he is sitting up. He was grabbing onto that left knee of his. Maxey will head to the line and shoot a pair of free throws. But, yeah, everything is going wrong for them. Yes, they're turning the ball over, but that, again, is just because there's no movement off of screens. I don't see any pin-down man-downs. I don't see anybody going after the rebounds, and they're just not giving that extra effort on the glass. So the Cavaliers will call a timeout, and I guess they're going to challenge to see whether or not that was a shooting foul there. But yeah, that's how you get punched in the mouth. Donovan Mitchell's 8 for 8 from the line. You're also missing free throws, too. You've missed 8 free throws in this game. You're 20 for 28 from the line. Got to be better there. The Cavaliers are 14 for 15, which is good enough for 93%. Oh, brutal. But yeah, sounds like I'm beating a dead horse. Dean Wade, hopefully he's okay, man. He came in off the bench for just a minute, and I didn't even talk about this, but I'm hoping that he's okay. He left the game with an injury, and if he were to miss time for that Cavaliers team, that's a big time depth piece. This is a guy who has been a big contributor off their bench, averaging about 6 points per game. Put up 11 in his last game in about 25 minutes, but he can shoot the three. He can play some solid minutes for you, and just not a good game. Hopefully he's okay. Dean Wade has not returned. They're calling it a right eye injury. That's what they're saying. A right eye injury. Because I remember he got poked in the eye. I think it was already a game-time decision coming on into tonight's game, too. So it's a coach's challenge here. So Larry Nance Jr. did not foul Tyrese Maxey. It was a successful challenge. Cavaliers still maintain their timeout. Jared Allen will enter back in for Evan Mobley. Jalen Tyson will also take a seat. I want to see this again. So they call a turnover on Tyrese Maxey. And it's going to be Cleveland basketball yet again. Don't forget, after this, we got a post-game show. 121-100. And another floater inside by Jared Allen, and that's good. The other thing, too, that you kind of wonder as well, and again, you know, it's not like that Kyle Lowry plays a lot of minutes, but don't you also think, too, that maybe if they were to get, I don't know, somebody else in there that can play a couple of minutes and that can play some meaningful stuff, you know, that by DFAing Kyle and just paying him the rest of his money, maybe they could make a little bit of an impact. I don't know. Watford just hit a 3. Watford again back on offense as Cleveland missed a 2. Gives it over to Kelly Oubre, who goes down the lane again. Another contested shot, and that's good. You see a lot of ISO ball, and again, just so many dribble handoffs. Garland gets double teamed, and another foul is going to be called. Actually, a timeout will be called by Cleveland with 6:10 left to go. We are going to take a quick step off. We'll be right back, and don't go anywhere. 6:10 left to go in quarter number 4. Just a brutal night for the Philadelphia 76ers so far. By the way, they still have 4 timeouts left. Cleveland only has 2. I mean, it's not like that they've... somebody brought this up to me last night. The way that Nick Nurse has managed these timeouts, that has also been really putrid from also a coaching perspective. You have all these timeouts left. You see that Cleveland is going on some of these big runs. Call a timeout. Slow the momentum down. That's another reason why you do it. It's not just from a play calling perspective. Basketball is all about momentum. And he's not doing that. Merrill gets the inbound pass for Cleveland, and he'll dump it off over to Darius Garland, who shoots this one from the logo, and a long rebound by Tyrese Maxey. Maxey hands it off over to Edgecombe, and Edgecombe's layup is good. Sixers are down by 16. It's 123 to 107. 5:47 left to go in this fourth quarter, and Maxey gets picked apart on defense. Allen goes up for a 2. Luckily enough, it was blocked by Adem Bona. Good job by Bona to jump up in the air for that. Maxey comes up with the rebound. Watford down the lane. Goes up with the contested 2 inside. Bona, luckily enough, got the rebound. Oubre was wide open in the corner, and we're going to have a charge called on Bona. Oh, my goodness. A bad turnover from Adem Bona. I mean, that was maybe ever so slightly that he elbowed Evan Mobley, I believe it was. I mean, like, what the heck is going on? That was a ticky-tack call. That was Jared Allen. I mean, did he elbow him in the face? Maybe just a little bit, but it looked more so like an acting job there. Garland goes up for a 2. He's flopping. Actually, they call a very late foul. Oh, my gosh. They will call a foul, though, on Larry Nance Jr. It was not on Darius Garland when he was going up for that shot. Larry Nance Jr. does get called for a personal foul after the rebound was made from Trendon Watford. Evan Mobley will step back in as well. Broom and Milicic should be playing. The Sixers aren't winning this game, says Lawrence. Nope. I hear you loud and clear. Yep. They're not going to go to those guys. If they were trying to win this, that's what they would do, right? Tyrese Maxey gets the little inbound pass from Trendon Watford, and another whistle called against Cleveland. So the starters are back in for the Cavs. Sixers starters are also back in too. It's Allen, Mobley, Mitchell, Garland, and Merrill for Cleveland. And for the Sixers, it's Bona, Oubre, Maxey, Edgecombe, and Watford. Edgecombe gets the inbound pass from Tyrese Maxey over at the logo. Looking to give it back to Maxey again, being guarded by Merrill. This guy is a couple inches taller than him. Nice little bounce pass from Maxey over to Edgecombe for a 3. Way too strong. And Mitchell snatches his 4th rebound of the game. And he does it 42 points. Mitchell going down the lane, spinning, turning, putting up a 2, airballed it. Edgecombe comes up with a rebound. Can the Sixers just get a bucket here? I mean, they're playing better defense, but can the offense step up? Maxey dumps it off over to Oubre in the corner again. Oubre gets called for another offensive foul, and yet the Sixers turn it over yet again. It was Darius Garland that went down, and again, his feet were set. Oubre pushed him off, and he had to have been careful, and he didn't do so. In case you're keeping a stack of the turnovers, that's now 18. Allen posterizes his defender in the lane and dunks it off, and that should just about do it. 125 to 107 with 3:50 left to go, and we have a timeout taken by Nick Nurse. Just a frustrating night for the Philadelphia 76ers. And this is just one that you probably just throw into the garbage can, and you say to yourself, well, you come back on Saturday, and you take care of home court. Insane. Brutal. Sixers have gotten outscored in the second half, 55-40. 55-40. The Cavs have also only put up 18 points in this fourth quarter. Jabari Walker didn't even score a point in 7 minutes, and he was in the starting lineup tonight. Trendon Watford's the only guy that's positive in the plus-minus, and honestly, really don't understand why he didn't play more in the third quarter. Grimes will inbound it over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey gets it over at the logo, gives it back to Grimes again. Grimes inside, puts up a mid-range J. More ISO basketball, but it does work for the Sixers, and they do cut it down to a 16-point ball game, making it 125-109. Bruman and Igor Milicic Jr. should be playing the Sixers, or should be playing. The Sixers aren't winning this game. I hear you loud and clear, man. This has been going on for a few games, these turnovers. Yep. Sixers going to steal, though. Tyrese Maxey's going to solo it, and he throws it down with two hands, and they cut it to a 14-point game. So now it's a little bit interesting. 3:10 left to go. Obviously, you got to get stops here. Merrill with a catch-and-shoot three, and that certainly does not help. Sam Merrill from 25 feet launches a three, and Nick Nurse will call yet another timeout. He has 2 left to play with, and so does Kenny Atkinson. 3:04 left to go. Sam Merrill pretty much puts the nail in the coffin there. 128-111. Lawrence wants to know, what does a Sixers practice look like? Good question. Very good question. What does a Sixers practice look like? I can't answer that for you. I'm not a part of the media. I don't work for the Sixers right now. I did work for the Blue Coats. I did intern for the Blue Coats. In case you guys did not know, I was a broadcaster for them when I was in college, and that was a lot of fun. Not only did I do broadcasting, but I was also a timeout coordinator, and I was a producer and a radio engineer as well back at our radio station in college at Rowan University. But all I can tell you is that just not even from being inside and looking to see what goes on behind closed doors, all I can tell you is that from what I've seen with my own 2 eyes, right, is that this team over these last 2 days they just do so many dribble handoffs. This actually kind of reminds me a little bit of when I watched them under Doc Rivers, right? Because if you would watch those games, you see a lot of dribble handoffs. You would see a lot of passes that just made no sense. Guys weren't really moving off the ball. I'm watching Kelly Oubre Jr. wide open for a three, not calling for the ball. And it doesn't make sense. Nobody's hands are up in the air, and they're just not calling for these balls. And also, just from a tic-tac-toe type of a play, how many times, like 2 years ago, did we see the Sixers cutting back door? I mean, Nico Batum would expose like a zone defense, and yet you'd have Kelly cutting back door, trying to get open for a dunk. I'm not seeing that in this game, and I haven't seen that for the last couple of years. So it's those types of down screens, screens up top. Like look at this. Okay, just another nice play for this Cleveland offense. They're getting mismatches. Now Mitchell had Andre Drummond on him, got the switch that he wanted, couldn't capitalize on the layup, but it's 128-112 with 2:20 left to go. Edgecombe going down towards the baseline, kicks it out over to Oubre for another three, and Kelly does cash one in. Kelly Oubre is 3 for 7 from 3, give him now 14 points, and he makes one from 26 feet. 2:03 left to go in the fourth quarter, and the Sixers trail by 13 points. Mitchell gets his defender on a pump fake, dumps it off over to Darius Garland, who lost the ball, but he's fouled. Nurse doesn't even know his own team players. They've been hitting threes all game. And they're not contested, Lawrence. These are wide open threes. Except when Donovan Mitchell had like 3 threes in a row where he just hit it off of, he had 2 where he hit off of Justin Edwards and then 1 where he got the separation off of Edgecombe. Like, those were good. Those were heavily guarded threes. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, Evan Mobley's getting all day and night to shoot. Come on. Allen dumps it off over to Garland over on the near wing. Garland dribbles with the left hand, goes down the lane, floats it up, way too strong. Andre Drummond rebound, and outlet pass from Maxey over to Grimes. Grimes' shot is no good. Oubre comes up with a rebound, puts it up and in inside, and the Sixers have cut it to an 11-point game with 93 seconds to go. Garland gets the inbound pass over at the Rocket Arena, and he throws it away. Oubre stuck his hand in the cookie jar. Sixers have a 2-on-1, and Quentin Grimes makes it a 9-point game, 128-119 with 121 left to go. A 22-7 run for the Sixers over these last 7 minutes. And another 2 is good, and that makes it now 130-121, or 130-119. With 1:10 left to go, Grimes gets past his defender, and Darius Garland caught sleeping yet again at the wheel. Back to a 9-point game. Sixers with a full court press here, and they foul Donovan Mitchell, and we're going to walk the floor and shoot some free throws. How could you foul him right there? What's going on? Mitch is here. Now everybody's coming on in. Andrew's also here as well. What's up, Andrew? How are you? Lydia says, well, this game is over. Have a blessed night, Angel. Love you, JJ. I love you too, man. Love you too. Shout out to you for coming on here. So Donovan Mitchell is at the line. He has not missed a free throw tonight. He's 8 for 8 from the line. First free throw, he cashes in. Makes it back to a 10-point game. Agor blocks threes. They're going to take the rest of the starters out with 1:06 left to go in the fourth quarter. The Cavaliers, that is. Donovan Mitchell is still out there, though. And we have a timeout taken by Philadelphia. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. We got a post-game show after this. If you guys do want to come on and talk to me and just give me your thoughts about this, you most certainly can. I'm disappointed, and we'll definitely have a little bit of a ranting session here for sure. I'm not taking much stock. I know it sounds weird. In these 2 games, though, and I know that it's just 2 games. I'm not satisfied with what I've seen. I'm not satisfied with what I've seen so far over these last couple of games. But they still are 2 games, and we'll see what happens on Sunday. I'm not going to be crying, though. I'm not going to be like too upset moving forward about how these games look, but overall, these last 2 games have been flat-out garbage. They've been abysmal. They've been terrible. So the Sixers play the Raptors on Saturday, and they also play on Sunday as well against the Pistons. Mitchell's second free throw, he hits it, and makes it now 132-121. 1:03 left to go in the fourth quarter. Edgecombe is still out there for the Sixers. Justin Edwards is in. Edgecombe's three-point shot is a little bit short. There's Johnny Broom. And also, for the Sixers, they got Salas out there as well. And Walker. 132 to 121. Thomas Bryant is also out there for Cleveland, and he just threw the ball away. Thomas Bryant, Donovan Mitchell. And now Mitchell will sub on out. They will bring in Jalen Tyson to this game with 30.5 seconds to go. This is just like the other two losses, killing us with threes. Yep. And another turnover by the Sixers off of a bad pass there by Jabari Walker. There's about 5 seconds differentiated in the shot clock from the game clock. And, well, the Cavaliers are going to hold on to the ball, and that is going to do it. So once the shot clock is over and once the Sixers inbound it, they're going to go on and be now 5-3 on the season. So there is the shot clock violation. The Sixers will inbound it again, and that'll wrap things up. Sixers lose by a final score of 132 to 121, and they lose the back-to-backs against the Chicago Bulls and the Cleveland Cavaliers. After folding in last night's second half, the Sixers came out flat tonight, and it certainly showed. And they lose by a final score of 132 to 121, and they'll be back on Saturday taking on their next opponent, the Toronto Raptors, and they'll be back at home at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, and we'll see how they do then and there. Player of the game, obviously, Donovan Mitchell. 46 points, 15 for 21 from the field. He was 10 for 10 from the line. That's his 8th career game with 45-plus points. And, well, he just absolutely pants the Sixers today. Also, give credit to Evan Mobley as well, hitting a lot of wide-open threes in that first quarter, knocking things down. Jarrett Allen, again, nobody there to stop him. Joel Embiid wasn't out there tonight. And Adem Bona just was on line to 16. This guy was getting cooked, and so was Andre Drummond. So that's been an issue too. Jarrett Allen was a plus 24. Donovan Mitchell was a plus 17. Evan Mobley, they say, was a minus 2, but he played very, very well in that first half. So that was the difference of this game. All right, I'm going to take a step off. Okay, I got a post-game show that I would like for you guys to come on and talk to me. Again, 610-314-0844 is how you do call on into the post-game show, and I would really love to hear your thoughts. Where is it? There's the ticker. But yeah, call on in at any time. We'll be right back.
Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. And out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Pathetic disgrace. A team that just did not show up today. And I can hear all the excuses. JJ, it was a traveling back-to-back. Get rid of the back-to-backs. JJ, there was no Joel Embiid. There was no Jared McCain, no Paul George, and no Dominic Barlow. You can make all the excuses in the world, but the reality is that this team did not show up today. The effort was terrible. They came out super flat in the first quarter, like I expected. I thought that they were still going to be able to pull this out, but maybe I was being a little bit too optimistic here. Now again, welcome on into the postgame show. Hello, everybody. Hopefully you guys are doing all right. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well, and make sure that you guys turn on those notification bell icons too. But the story of the game is that their three-headed monster went off today, and your offensive play calling was atrocious. Last night, they couldn't score with 6 minutes to go. They could not get one field goal with 6 minutes left to go in the ball game. And yet they picked up right where they left off last night and gave you a terrible effort out there. And they just had so many plays. I'm watching a lot of guys just stand around in the corner, not putting their hands up. And also, not even just that. How many, I'm watching Andre Drummond shoot a corner three. Of course it goes in. But you're setting up an inbound pass to Andre Drummond to shoot a three? I mean, that is desperation, right? Andre Drummond is not a three-point shooter. Adem Bona took a 23-foot shot in this game from the near corner. He's not a three-point shooter. He also, by the way, missed like 3 free throws in a row. That can't happen. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this team turned the ball over so many times because nobody could get on the same page. Because the coaching staff was not drawing up creative and schematical plays for this team to operate on. I looked at the Cavaliers today. Their ball movement was very crisp. It seemed like that they were getting into their sets. And you know what they did? They clawed the paint. The Sixers were taking tough, contested layups. And the Cavaliers were getting ahead out in transition, especially early on, and they were just they were pickpocketing, but they were taking advantage of fast breaks. Guys were slow out in transition. Darius Garland had one nice play out in transition where he ran by 2 defenders and he was able to hit a layup. Really, though, I thought that where they lost this game was when Evan Mobley was hitting wide open threes. Mobley was hitting shots. They could not get stops in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, what really ended up happening was, yes, the Sixers put up 40, but the Cleveland Cavaliers were turning the ball over at a high rate with about 2 minutes left to go, and they were keeping the Sixers involved in the game. The Sixers were not competing tonight at a high level at all. They looked like that they were the little kid out there that was getting picked upon by the high schooler, right? And the high schooler was just bullying them. The guys in the paint, the Twin Towers, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, the Sixers could not solve them tonight. And it wasn't because they didn't have height advantage. It was because, A, Nick Nurse did not want to go for taller guys out there to match athleticism. And he probably should have done that. But that's just not, and it's not a Nick Nurse it's not just a Nick Nurse issue. This is what other NBA head coaches do. They think that they know it all when it comes to figuring out matchups and stuff. But sometimes you got to try to throw something at the wall and see if it sticks, and you got to try something new. And Nick Nurse just stuck to his game plan. He was not making adjustments on the fly, and it came back to bite them in the butt. So we did not get to see Johnny Broom. We did not get to see, I mean, we only saw Hunter Salas for like 1 minute. That's bad. And the other thing that was also kind of confusing, too, is that Trendon Watford, who had a really good second quarter, just does not get any sort of playing time in the third. So that didn't really make sense. And he comes in for the fourth, and by the time he's coming on in, it's just too little too late, you know? So, yeah, the substitutions were bad. The lineups were not so good, but most importantly, the play calling was bad. How many dribble handoffs did we see from Tyrese Maxey and somebody else? And even in that first quarter, Grimes threw the ball away a couple of times. Quentin Grimes, we've praised him when he's shooting the ball at a high clip and when he's making plays. He is doing way too much with the rock. He really is. I actually am starting to think that they don't trust Tyrese Maxey as a facilitator. Now, I know that he did turn the ball over 5 times, but if you're watching these turnovers, a lot of them were just because of Nick Nurse's schemes, because he's handing it off. He's being told that he has to hand it off. Nobody else is moving, so what is he supposed to do? He stops his dribble. You're supposed to have other guys moving in motion, and somebody has to be trying to get open, and they're not. And that part is what is really frustrating, and it sucks. Maxey also shot the ball very poorly from the line tonight. 5 for 8. He missed 3 free throws that he should have nailed. And Tyrese Maxey's the type of guy that should be an 88% foul shooter. So I just didn't think that. I'm not saying that he had a perfect game either. Some of the shots that he took were bad, and he has to be better. He has to capitalize on those. But the play calling around him, the schemes that were set for him, not good enough by the head at the helm. Dave Yeager, a bad coaching night from him on the defensive side too. You have the personnel that can be athletic, but Jared Allen and Evan Mobley combined to put up 47 points and 15 rebounds, 4 steals, and they blocked the ball 5 times. That just cannot happen. If Mobley's hitting threes, you tip your cap to him. If he makes 2 in a row. On the third try, though, you got to put up a body on him. There were so many wide open threes. Darius Garland had one where Donovan Mitchell just had a no-look pass to him, where he just found him on the wing, and it just threw it right into the breadbasket, and he was able to get a 3 that way, wide open. It's one thing if these are contested shots. It's another thing if you're not putting a man on him. Now, why were a lot of these shots wide open? Because the main reason why was because the Sixers could not find a way to fight through the screens. Allen and Evan Mobley were setting picks almost every single time. They were going to the pick and roll. The pick and roll was working. And then it got to the point where not only did they do a pick and pop, not only did they do the pick and roll, but then it turned on into a pick and pop where they're just trying to guard Evan Mobley. They're trying to stuff the paint, and then they forget that somebody's on the outside, and they made him pay for that, Cleveland. So it sucked. It was terrible. You couldn't get them into any sort of foul trouble. I also, when I look at their team stats tonight, they shot the ball 53% from the field. They also shot the ball 41% from three. At one point, we were shooting 19% from three. And they put up 13 more three-point attempts than we did. And they hit 6 more threes. That's why they won. Because their pick-and-roll offense outplayed your... I don't even know if that was that was not even a zone defense. I don't even know what that was half the time. And Andre Drummond had a couple of plays too. I know that the box score will say that he probably had himself a double-double. I believe he actually had, 13 rebounds off the bench and 13 points. But this guy really could have had like 19 rebounds in this game. This guy missed a couple of rebounds where the ball just slipped on out of his hand, and he should have caught them. How many offensive possessions did we just sit and watch where we said, how are they not getting an offensive rebound? How are they not catching the ball? And just going out there, giving their team extra possessions. There was actually one play. There was one time where they actually did rebound the ball twice, and yet they're just picking and popping for three. VJ Edgecombe, I believe it was Maxey missed a three, and then Drummond got the rebound. Then they kicked it out to Oubre for a three. He couldn't hit that one. And it wasn't Bona. It was Drummond again who got another rebound, or somebody else got it. Maybe it was Oubre that time. And then Edgecombe missed a three. You probably remember what I'm talking about if you watched the game. But it's sad. It's brutal. Because even when they did get the extra possessions, they still could not find a way to capitalize. If I were to divide a piece of the pie, I would say that half of this game goes on Nick Nurse. Just because of the lack of creativity on offense and defense. I put Dave Yeager in the same conversation. He gets a chunk of the pie too. But with what I didn't see from the offense, it was atrocious. It was so bad. I can remember early on in the first quarter when the Cavaliers did have those 41 points, how many times did Evan Mobley or Jarrett Allen just go down the lane with nobody guarding him? Everybody's so focused on who has the ball. Nobody's spreading out. Nobody is going into the dunker spot to say no to Jarrett Allen. And Allen, by the way, posterized Quentin Grimes. Come on, do something. I don't know, maybe put your hands up on defense. You only had 4 points in the first 4 minutes of this game. How did you think it was going to go after you get off to a late start like that? 4 points. That's how you show up after a game like this. And again, I don't want to hear the excuses. JJ, the Cavaliers had 2 nights off. Okay. You got to go out there and compete. It doesn't matter what the night is. It doesn't matter who's out there or not. VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, those guys should be able to put up points. And when Tyrese Maxey, by the way, is getting blitzed, which again he was tonight, there needs to be more off-ball movement. And again, I didn't see a lot of those. I didn't see a lot of screens that were being set by Andre Drummond or even by Adem Bona. And when they were being set, the Sixers were still doing these dribble handoffs. Why is Grimes handing the ball off when there's a screener right by him? I didn't think I was going to be like this. Again, this is just, I have to put this in perspective. These are just 2 games in a row. I said to my friend last night on the phone, I told him, we got to see what this team is made up, or we got to see what their makeup is tonight. It was a garbage display from the get-go. It was a vomit-worthy performance. And sure, you got to bounce back on Saturday, but this should eat at them. They should feel bad after this game. This is what happens when you get invested into a basketball team. And I'm back in it, man. I really am. I want to take phone calls. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this game and who do you think is most to blame for this loss? I think about half of it goes on the coach, and that's a pretty big piece of the pie. I also think that a portion of it goes on. I'm not going to give Tyrese Maxey too much blame tonight. I did not like some of the shot selection. I didn't like some of his shots that he did go up with. I thought that his shot selection in the third quarter was a little bit poor. I also just, again, I know that Drummond had himself a double-double, but I blame him for not catching some of those rebounds tonight. I thought that he should have had more. I thought Adem Bona had a very bad game today, too. This guy played 18 minutes. He had 4 points. He had 4 rebounds. This guy was getting schooled. He missed, again, 3 free throws in a row, and he shoots a 3 from the corner. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? And again, he has to shoot. I take back what I said with that 3-pointer. He's shooting the 3 because nobody else is getting wide open. That's why. That's why. But you really don't want him shooting 3s, do you? I mean, come on. Come on. Yeah. It was disappointing. Watford played good. Grimes did not have a good game today. I'm sorry. 27 points. He can put that back, man. His 3-point shooting was terrible. He had some awful turnovers. He had 4. And they were terrible turnovers. So I blame part of this game on him too. Those are my guys that I would put blame at tonight, and the team failed. So 610-314-0844. But yeah. So that's how you calling into the show. And I would love to hear what you guys have to say. We're also going to be reading some text, too, from the YouTube stuff as well. Thank you for doing this. Bad coaching from Nick Nurse. Yeah, Lawrence, I could not have said it any better. Your coaching staff as a whole just absolutely blew this thing up today and played terrible. They were absolutely abysmal, for sure. I was looking at Sixers Twitter. I didn't see anything. If I do see something that I find, I'll make sure that I talk about it. We do have one phone call. We're going to take this phone call right now. My boy, what is going on? You are on. Wait, hold up one sec. I thought that the Bluetooth was up and ready to go. I apologize about that. Give me one sec. Where's the roadie? There it is. Is it going to connect now is the question. There it is. You are on Play-by-Play with JJ. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing okay, my friend. Wait, hold up 1 second. All right, can you hear me now?
Who am I?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. What's going through your mind after this game, man?
Well, I kind of expected this to happen, unfortunately.
To me, again, I understand that it's a back-to-back. I know that they played last night, and they blew that game. I mean, they couldn't score within the last 6 minutes, which is absolutely inexcusable. They couldn't put up a field goal in the last 6 minutes, but why were they flat tonight, in your opinion?
Well, I think the reason why they were so flat is because of what happened in the second half yesterday. They blew that game because of their lack of scoring, and it cost them badly, and that's what, made them collapse like this.
Do you also think that do you also think that Nick Nurse played a pivotal role in this?
Probably. That a lack of preparation is like a big aspect to why they just sucked.
Yeah. If you were to look at one guy tonight and just say that, man, like, you have to be better, who would that person be, in your opinion? Because to me, it is Nick Nurse. To me, I really and to go back to like what you said before about preparation, I felt like he didn't have this team prepared, and I thought that their sets were really bad, and he just did not adjust when it came to the roster moves, and when it also just came to like the lineups and of course the schematics too. But I don't know. I look at Nick Nurse tonight and I say, damn, he had a very bad game plan, and that's just inexcusable. But who would you point the finger at tonight?
I would have to go with Grimes just because of his awful turnovers
They were
and his
bad.
bad decision making.
They were terrible. Why? So Adembona, there was one play that I can remember in that second quarter where Adembona is trying to basically be a rim runner, and Quentin Grimes just throws it right over to Adembona, and the ball like goes like right behind him. Do you remember that play? There was also another play too where he's on offense, and I believe it was Trendon Watford was going like right to the rim, and Grimes just threw it away. Like,
well, I didn't exactly watch the game, but that is not a good decision making. That is turning the ball over and maybe even possibly getting fouled.
Yeah. I mean, actually, you bring up a good point, too, because there were a lot of times, too, where I'm watching them just dribble and drive it over towards the cup, and then they just throw it away. And I'm like, why can't we just try to take these shots there that are contested and just draw contact? I mean, come on, man. But man, dude, I appreciate you for calling on in. Call back anytime, man. Hopefully, the next time you call, we got a W. But this one hurts. This one hurts, man.
But yeah, it's always nice. Go Birds.
Go Birds, baby. Go Birds, dude. Again, we'll take more phone calls. Sorry about the audio quality. I think that was because we didn't have the Roadcaster up and running. So now, whenever you do call in, it should be better. So if anybody wants to call in, they can. JJ, get me on the call, bro. Call in 610-314-0844. Call me. Or just, just hit me up, man. Scott is also here. He says, "How are you doing tonight, JJ?" It's Scott again, dude. I'm very disappointed with the Sixers team tonight, and I can't shy away from that. I really can't. All right, there we go. Let's bring on JC. What's going on, JC? Let me know how you're feeling. I need you to vent to me. I need to know what is going through your mind after this game.
My boy, JJ, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Preach. The floor is yours.
All right, dude. I need to go at least 3 to 5 minutes uninterrupted. First thing, I'm going to get to Nick Nurse in a bit. First thing I'm going to say, though, if you are a Sixers fan that thinks this team is better without Paul George and Joel Embiid, I don't know what you've been watching the past the past year, and I know their health is such a big issue, but they need a veteran presence on the floor. They just do. They need a guy like I know Paul George wasn't great last year, but his knee was banged up all year. They need a guy that can anchor their defense because their perimeter defense is god awful. Wide open threes, Donovan Mitchell blowing past guys every time, people not shifting on their rotations. They need a guy that can anchor the defense. And Paul George and Joel Embiid have brilliant defensive IQ. Another thing another reason why we need both of them in there is because I'm going to be honest. I think even myself, I think we all overreacted a little bit to those first couple Edgecombe games. Hindsight is 2020, but looking back at those games, we were playing some crap teams. We just were. I'm obviously very impressed with what he did in those games, and I even told JJ this guy, from just from an eye test perspective, looks like Anthony Edwards, but he's right now he looks scared out there. I don't know. He looks passive. He doesn't look like he wants to get to the cup. He's settling for some bad mid ranges. The shot is still not fully developed. And I think you need another guy in the perimeter. This team is missing a wing. They're missing a wing that can get buckets, and that's what Paul George is. And at the very least, if he can't even ISO anymore, he at least can space the floor and can knock down a wide open wing or corner three. But if Nick Nurse just isn't going to call plays, if he's not going to have set play calls, if he's not going to make adjustments, if he's not going to be creative, then I want a guy like that can be able to ISO and has seen every single type of defense, and that's what Paul George and Joel Embiid has done. And going back to the Edgecombe thing, I think everyone was ready to crown this dude, and I think he's going to be a phenomenal player. But right now, I think a lot of fans were just like, oh, trade Embiid, trade Paul George, let's build around Maxey and Edgecombe. And I don't think Edgecombe is ready to take you far in the playoffs. I just don't. And honestly, at this point, I need an offensive spark out there. When McCain is healthy, I'm ready to put Edgecombe coming off as a sixth man and put McCain in the starting lineup. And I know that sounds kind of contradictory to what I said about our perimeter defense, but McCain can handle the rock, and he's not scared. He's not scared to take any type of shot. And your three of your best players are out, and McCain, Embiid, and Paul George at Edgecombe. You've got to say, it's my night tonight. I'm gonna take the ball to the cup. Give me the rock. And he just didn't do that. And then let's get to Nick Nurse, dude. I'm done with it. I'm done with the Nick Nurse experiment, to be honest. I know we're 8 games in. I'm sick of it, dude. There's what JJ and I, we went to the Delaware Bluecoats. We went to the open practice at the Chase Fieldhouse where the Delaware Bluecoats play. And the creativity I saw in that game, regardless of if our starters were playing against G League players, the creativity I saw in that game is just not happening on NBA floors. He's just getting out-coached every single game. Kenny Atkinson ran circles around this dude this game.
Yep.
And it's just it's the same thing as as last year. Everyone is just standing there, just watching Tyrese Maxey spam isolation over and over again. And it's not just him. Everyone's standing watching Oubre. Everyone's standing watching Grimes. And no one's cutting. No one's cutting. That's one of the most basic things you can teach as a coach is how to space the floor and where to move when the ball is on a certain spot in the floor, to get yourself open. And I'm just enough. I like the dribble handoffs at times, but come on, man, that can't be your only freaking play call. It just can't. It just can't. I don't know, man. I'm just me and JJ just went to this open practice, and I was so optimistic at the creativity this offense has, and you need I don't know. You need Embiid and PG out there when the offense goes stale. You just do, and you need them out there for their defensive IQ. I understand as Embiid is a shell of himself defensively. Like his effort the other night was horrendous against Chicago last night. However, I'm not really like upset about it because like I want him, like I don't want him going up for crazy blocks in Game 7 of the regular season.
Correct.
But like I've watched Paul George's entire career. I know this dude can be a lockdown defender. So you've got to get them out there. I don't know why we've been saying literally every day on Twitter from Keith Pompey or whoever, Paul George is a full participant in practice, and then he's just not on the floor. I don't really understand that. And it's just the same usual thing, the lack of transparency from the organization, that there's no update from them directly. But yeah, dude, I mean, you said it great, JJ. I mean, about Dave Yeager. I mean, he's useless. Like, what? They just look at a deer in the headlights on defense.
He can't put his team in a position to guard his own. It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
I'm not like, listen, it's game 8. I'm not like, we're 5-3. There's obviously a much better situation than last year, right?
Yes.
The sky is not falling yet.
No.
But listen, we all know Embiid's not going to play it back-to-back. It's never going to happen. However, if I'm the Sixers, the way I'm thinking about this is, why would I play Embiid against on the first night of the back-to-back against the Chicago Bulls, whose big man who's Vukovic is a terrible defender. The only reason Embiid played like crap last night because of Embiid, not because of Vukovic's defense. He's the worst defensive center in the NBA.
Yep.
Why am I going to play him the first night of the back-to-back against the Chicago Bulls when that's a team where I can bring up Vukovic in the pick and roll,
Yep.
right? I can have someone do an off-ball screen and bring Vukovic up, and then he's guarding Maxey, and Maxey can just blow right by him.
Sure.
Like, I can do that. And we didn't have height tonight against Mobley and Jared Allen. We just didn't.
Maybe you run like the 2 center bigs tonight with a Dembona and Joel Embiid. I don't know.
That's what I was about to say, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's there's just some really just head scratching decisions. Like,
absolutely,
the Cavs are the team to beat in the East. That's who I want to play Joel Embiid against. Like, I understand Chicago was 5-1 when we played them last night, but he didn't need to play that game. He just didn't. And I don't know, man. As far as the Grimes thing, like, he gets. I'll agree with you that he gets sloppy with the rock sometimes. Like, he's got a nice handle, but he's got a nice handle, but it's a loose handle.
Yep.
It's a loose handle, and he dribbles into a lot of double teams. And your 7th option, like, I view him as like the 5th or 6th option on the team, and you just shouldn't have to. Your play calling should be creative enough to where he shouldn't have to score 30 points or hit the game-winning 3 to win you the game.
Correct.
Like, and I'm just like, it's just all ISO ball. It just feels like Doc Rivers all over again. And it's all ISO ball or dribble handoffs, and I'm sick of it. And you know what? At least what Doc Rivers did, I mean, his thing was the pick and roll. It wasn't the dribble handoff. His thing was the pick and roll. But, like, why are we doing more dribble handoffs than pick and roll or pick and pops? Like, I don't know. But, yeah, someone's got to cut, man. Someone's just got to cut. There's got to be people moving. And, like, there's just no scheme here. There's just no scheme. It's literally like, it literally is just Nick Nurse saying, you guys go cook and I'm going to observe. That's it. Like,
yep.
So, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, like I said a few minutes ago, the sky is not falling. If I had to predict, like McCain and PG are like going to be inserted back into the lineup full time within this week. If I had to make a guess, it's like they're both coming back Saturday against Toronto. Like I think PG's debut is Saturday against Toronto, and I'm curious to see, like, does Nick Nurse even have a role for this guy that we're paying $50 million a year in the offense? Or is he just like, I don't know. So, like, I hope they come back, and I hope that he's able to draw up some good looks for them, but I just doubt it. I still think we're going to be a top seed in the East, but I don't know. We can't be relying on VJ Edgecombe right now to go off to win us games. Like, and I think that's like what a lot of Sixers fans are banking on. And I don't know how sustainable his first 3 to 4 games is. I don't know if that's just not sustainable for any rookie for an entire season. It's just not. And to me, I trust McCain more than I trust Edgecombe. I even thought this the first couple games he was having. So I hope Jared can get right, and that, I don't know. I don't even see the point in a minutes restriction. Just let these guys go out and play. Like, I don't know what, like, they've got to shake off the rust somehow and get conditions. Like, I don't see the point in a minutes restriction. I don't. Maybe for Embiid, I see the point in it, but just let them play. How are they going to get in good condition if they're playing half the freaking game? I don't really understand that. And also, another thing I want to go back to that I thought was very interesting, you mentioned, Trenton Watford balled out tonight.
Where was he in the third quarter?
I'm tired of the Jabari Walker minutes. Like, this guy wasn't even getting minutes on freaking Portland. Like, and I don't think he's a terrible player, but like, you cannot watch both of those players and tell me that Jabari Walker should be starting the third quarter. You just can't. Like, Trenton Watford is like 6'8" and he's handling the rock like a guard. Like, he was throwing dimes tonight. He was getting to the cup. And I got to tell you, like, I was pissed when they let Yabusele walk, but that was a great move by Morey. Because I think I know it's early, but like, just eye test wise, this guy is a much more versatile player than Yabusele. And he's got to get more minutes. And yeah, that's all I got. I mean, to sum up the entirety of what I had to say, it's less about tonight and more the totality of just the season as a whole. And how I've viewed it as coach. And I just the Sixers don't have the guts to like fire a coach mid-season. They've never done it and they're never going to do it. But something's got to change, man. Yep. Something's got to change.
Something does have to change.
He's got to get in the film room. He's got to get on the phone with JJ Redick or someone, because like, I don't know, dude, because there's just no creativity in this offense, and you just have so much athleticism, so much three-point shooting, so much ball handling, so many great individual defenders, but such a crappy team defense. And that to me just all doesn't add up. And yes, blame needs to be put on the players. And there's got an offense has got to be designed where the two guys you're paying the most on the team in PG and Embiid, the offense has got to be designed to where it can operate without them. And it just doesn't look like that there is a system in place for that. And
yep.
So sorry, I just went on a tangent, but I'm pissed. I knew we were gonna get blown out tonight.
It's just
and we needed that game. We needed that game last night.
This is just like one of those games where I just wanted people to just like let it rip. I mean, I didn't really care how many people were going to come on. I figured that there wasn't really going to be a lot. So I just wanted people to just like let it rip, and I'm really happy that you did there. Again, I have to beat this drum again. For those people that are saying, well, it's a traveling back-to-back, the freaking Cavaliers had 2 days of rest. Like, I hate the excuses. I hate the freaking excuses. It doesn't like yes, that sucks, but also just go out there and try to win. And clearly these guys just like nobody was ready. Nobody was clearly ready tonight. You only had 4 points in the first 4 damn minutes tonight. You were outscored 14-4. I mean, come on. It's BS. And also, by the way, how about that run? I just got to bring this up to you. Remember when the Sixers tied the game 72-72, and it just felt like that after that, their offense, which could not put up a field goal, like in last night's game in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes to go, again, it felt like you just couldn't put up a field goal in that same amount of time, and that's why the Cavs won. They pulled the game away right then and there. It's inexcusable. And why was that? Because we saw sloppy turnovers, because we saw the Cavaliers getting very quick out in transition. They were picking apart our defense. They were going sometimes even on 3-on-2 offenses, and they always had a man advantage. And they were out-rebounding us. There were a couple of rebounds where I'm watching Andre Drummond, and again, I know he had 13, but some of them, like, he's just he's just tipping to nobody, and he's just not able to catch the rebounds. They had one where it bounced off his knee, and it went out of bounds. I mean, come on. You can't script this. Come on.
Can I say one more thing about Nick Nurse, JJ?
Go for it.
I just saw a clip from NBC Sports Philadelphia, and Nick Nurse, verbatim, we're trying to dig ourselves out of some stuff from last year.
Oh, I have more quotes. Yep.
You had 5 months to dig yourself out of stuff from last year. What are you trying to tell me there? That we're still using the same playbook from last year? Like, what do you mean we're trying to dig ourselves out of stuff from last year? What do you mean by that?
Yep.
Why is that the case? Everything from last year should have been thrown out. Every single call and game plan from last year should have been thrown out. Like, why would you even say that?
Yep.
And
good one. Very, very good one.
Yeah, so
yep.
And
also
there
the
was
second part of
something.
that sentence that you missed, and the fight needs to continue to be there. That part pisses me off just as much too. The second part of that sentence as well. How
it's
come
just
you don't
like,
have
what
any
are
fight?
you?
Right.
Every single third quarter, we're coming out of these third quarters so flat, and it's like, what are you just sitting there in the locker room? Like, what are you telling your team? Are you just sitting there and letting guys chill on their phone, and you're just talking to the assistant coaches? You're not hyping the team up, or you just don't have the ability to really encourage your team and get them rowdied up. I don't know, but it's like, where are the adjustments? Where are they?
If you remember, after they tied the game, the Sixers, okay, what Kenny Atkinson and their coaching staff decided to do was they said, you know what? We're just going to give the ball to Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley and make them go to work in the paint. And they combined went on a 7-0 scoring run, which then led them to a timeout, the Sixers. And after the timeout was taken, okay, it's 79-72 at that point. On offense, the Tyrese Maxey takes this floater where he's double-teamed, and I don't understand why he took the floater there. I thought that was a terrible play call. He was over, I think he was on like the right side of the wing, and he took the floater from there. Again, contested, had a double team on him. And then, of course, Tyson gets the rebound, and then Donovan Mitchell out in transition just is able to get a layup, whiz on past the defender, and there you go. So now, again, they have momentum out of that timeout, and Jared Allen just continues to dominate. So they're just basically finding ways to beat them in the paint because Nick Nurse does not go to a big lineup, and nobody can stop Jared Allen going down the lane. They can't put a body on him, and so after they tied it up, they went to their big men, and it was GG. It was good. It was pretty much good night from there. Because we couldn't stop Jared Allen going down the lane, and he's just going down the lane with a posterizer, and he's just sledging it home with that right hand. That's it. That was the game. That was the second half. And then Donovan Mitchell got cooking with like 2 minutes to go, I believe, in that third quarter. But yeah, couldn't stop the paint, couldn't guard the paint. And there you go. Pick and roll. Pick and roll offense. It's a beauty of a thing when you run it. So,
yeah, man. Before I go, I don't care how high of a draft pick you are. Like, you just can't rely on a rookie to be scoring, 25 plus to help you win these games consistently. You just can't. And like, I knew coming, I really was like so impressed and really just shocked by those first couple Edgecombe games. And I really I knew eventually like he's going to be a phenomenal player, but it's not there yet. The ball handling's not there. The consistency on the 3-point shot is not there. And the decision making is not there, and the aggressiveness is not there. And I just I love he's a phenomenal defender, but I just don't love relying on, like, regardless of how high of a pick he is, I don't love relying on him to help us win these games. And I don't know. I would like PG and McCain to both start when they're out there. I just want as many shooters, as many floor spacers as possible, as many guys that can handle the rock in a tight spot and are going to make high IQ decisions when Maxey gets blitzed or they gets blitzed, that they're going to make the right read. And I don't think Grimes and Edgecombe are making the right reads passing wise. And that's just because that, at least for VJ, he hasn't been in these. I mean, neither of them. Like, when Grimes was on the Knicks, he wasn't getting minutes when he was on that on that team in the playoffs.
Yep.
Like they really both of them really haven't been in high pressure situations that Jared McCain was at Duke and Paul George was his entire career as the guy on two different teams. So, like, I need guys out there that are going to make the right decisions.
Yep.
And because Nick Nurse can't, because Nick Nurse, I guess, is just going to do iso ball this whole season, I feel more confident in those guys being able to get a bucket in isolation.
Absolutely.
So I hope they can get back, and we don't do this minutes restriction BS. I hope that the NBA really screwed us with the NBA really screwed us with their scheduling this year. I'm not going to make an excuse for tonight.
Good.
However, the fact that the Cavs played on Sunday, and we're playing a back-to-back, there is something a little fishy about that. That's all I have to say.
Yep.
There is an element to me that feels like, they know Embiid won't play back-to-back, so we're going to schedule a ton of back-to-backs, or we're going to schedule 3 games in 4 nights, 3 games in 5 nights. There is something to be said about that. It's no excuse for how this team played tonight. No excuse for how Nurse and Dave Yeager coached tonight. Let's just get everyone back on the floor. I think these rotations need to be shortened a little bit. And it's also another thing in this is that Maxey, Edgecombe, Oubre, they're all playing 40-plus minutes a game. Literally all three of those players lead the league in minutes. Like, you've got to give them some time. You've got to give them some time to rest in these games. They're clearly burnt out.
Yep.
And
you do.
So let's get everyone back on the floor and let's see what the offense looks like then. Because maybe these judgments are a little premature, like when you don't have two of your top three guys in. So I'm excited to see what they look like against Toronto. But I need to see them go. Like, I need to see them perform how they did against Orlando and how they performed against Charlotte, against the David and Goliaths of the NBA. Against the teams like the the teams like the Nuggets, against the teams like the Cavs, against the team like the Knicks, against these teams that you're going to be playing deep into the postseason.
Absolutely.
I need to see them step it up, and I need to see Nurse rise to the occasion.
Yep.
So yeah, that's all, JJ. Thanks for letting me vent for 15 minutes, bro.
Of course.
You're the GOAT. So yeah, dude. It's not over. It's not over. We have 74 more games left in the season. There's plenty of time to figure it out.
They got to be better, though.
So
they have to be better, and that's the bottom line. So I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for coming on. Thanks so much for doing that, man. Look, during that whole monologue, and by the way, shout out to him because he did an awesome job. The other thing too that I didn't really talk about, and this is also a Nick Nurse thing as well. Why is Tyrese Maxey out there in garbage time? What's the point? Tyrese Maxey is not necessarily an injury-prone guy. But this is what ticks me off. When a guy that is one of your franchise players, right, is out there when the game is put to bed, you better take that man out of the game. There is no positive in playing Tyrese Maxey when you're down by 9 with a minute to go. There's no positive in playing him out there when you're down by 13. Really, you were down by 16 with 2.5 minutes to go. So, VJ Edgecombe is at the line with 2:47 left. That's when you pull Maxey. Because you don't want him to get hurt. So that's also a head coaching mistake as well. Not looking after your players and not taking out your guy. Because you got, at that point, yes, you waved the white flag. You're not coming back and you're not winning that game. Also, Sixers Adam posted going on into the fourth quarter. He had something that was interesting to say, and I wanted to put that up here too. Where was it? Again, if you guys want to call in, you can. 610-314-0844. That's how you call in. This is what he said. He said, there isn't much of a reason for Tyrese Maxey to still be out there. I think that the same can be said for Oubre and VJ, but no, that wasn't it. He said, okay, there it is. I would have just gone Hunter Salas, Eric Gordon, Justin Edwards, Johnny Broom, Adem Bona here, unless Kyle Lowry would like to play as well. But the Sixers will open the final frame with Maxey, Grimes, Edwards, Oubre, and Drummond. And what was the score at that point when you were going on into the fourth quarter? I forget what it was. I can't seem to remember right now. It was you were down. You were down at that point. What was it, like 107-87? Yeah. At that point, you're down by 20. Why not? Why not go to some youth? Because, again, you have nothing else better to do. So that didn't really make sense to me either. And I thought that Adam actually brought up a very good point there. He also said this. The Sixers enter tonight's fourth quarter trailing by 20 points. Tyrese Maxey plus Kelly Oubre Jr., both among the NBA leaders in minutes this year, played the first 10 minutes and 54 seconds of the quarter on the second night of a back-to-back. 10 minutes and 54 seconds of the fourth quarter. Why? Why? After that, I'm done. All right. I love you guys. I'll catch you all soon. All right. And yeah, Lala Tov, good night. Catch you all in the next one.